Hey folks, welcome back to the Goodest cast. On today's episode, got Aaron Leavitt as my band. I'm gonna choke cause I can't think of any more words for the song. It's all very impressive shit. He's got many talents, as you can see. We jumped off our cars into the pool behind me.
Quiet on set.
Quiet on set? Why's my computer making noise?
I'm definitely not. I don't have my shit on.
No, that's my stupid laptop.
How can we do Oh Me?
Huh?
Come up lyrics to Oh Me.
That was pretty good. Should we just start it with that?
That's pretty good. We can run it back if you want. Are you recording?
Yeah.
Oh. Should we run it back? I can do better.
I know you can do it better. So as you can see, we're on location.
We are on site.
On location.
Location-ish.
In Southern California.
Yes, sir.
California's really big if you've never been here. People always come here and they're like, oh, dude, I'm in LA. Like, how far is that for you? I'm like, I don't know, like 6 hours driving.
It's like 22 for me.
Yeah. So, you know, you be seeing Aaron drive down here all the time. He's literally towing 20-some hours.
I think I've driven down here more than at home. I think I've driven down here more than at home, more than Evergreen. In the past few months.
Yeah, that's
this
crazy.
whole year, I think.
Yeah, I've driven more this year here than at home too.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, I've done like one event in NorCal. Understand?
What's that like? What's that been like?
It's been cool.
You enjoying driving down here more than NorCal? What are like?
There's just been a lot of events. There's a lot going on down here.
There is lately. I feel like there always has been. It's like something, for some reason we want to drive down here lately. I don't know. Maybe it's the tracks.
Yeah, I think it's the events and the tracks, but there's also other reasons.
There's a lot of cool events going on lately. You know, been trying to drive Horse Thief more too. Only driven there twice total. Trying to drive there more.
Horse Thief's fun.
I want to do a balcony event too, where we can actually tandem. That was cool. Like you guys hitting that jump and stuff.
I wasn't there for that.
Oh, I guess it was Jason, Julian, and Jason. I was getting FOMO seeing that.
I've always wanted to do that.
You haven't hit the jump at balcony?
I did. I wasn't supposed to. I was I wasn't even supposed to be driving balconies. I just like drove over there during final bout. I taught my brother how to do donuts in like 2020.
Oh, that's right.
And then I hit the jump because I was like giving him a ride along.
That's crazy. Like he probably doesn't even drive manual much.
No, he's never driven manual.
That's right. Yeah. There's a kid at balcony. I wasn't at balcony, but the oval that's at Willows, and he was like 15 when I went there with buddy Kyle, and it was his first time ever driving manual, and he was already like doing donuts and figure eights. I was like, dude, imagine. Yeah. The first time driving manual, I was scared if anybody even got behind me, I was gonna stall it. The kid's doing donuts and shit.
These kids, man.
These kids out here, man.
I'm telling you, they're coming for us.
Yeah.
Not yet, though.
Not yet. We still got something to show them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this trip, I mean, you haven't been on the podcast in like a minute. You did like the judging one. You've been on the podcast either the second most or tied with Julian at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the first couple we kind of just got silly. Had a couple
you're on the second episode.
We were kind of just bullshitting. It was a while ago, but I think how many times has it been? 3?
Yeah.
The third time we kind of started talking about origin story stuff a little bit. We didn't finish because we just go on tangents, but that's okay. I like going on tangents with you, dude.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, definitely not.
Cheers, by the way. Thanks for having me on again. Very impressed with how quick you can set up now on location-ish.
Yeah.
You're very efficient with it now.
Trying to get my gear in check, you know?
Yeah, you have sweet gear.
Yeah, I'm really good at handling my gear by now.
Sick gear.
On the move.
Yeah, it's impressive though. You're leveling up.
It's the only way to do it.
In drifting and in life and in pods.
Yeah.
Yeah. So deeper.
Yeah. Well, so the backyard that we're in right now is so I'll just say my girlfriend, Laura. New
Yeah, I
girlfriend.
basically moved in for a couple weeks, and she's been very hospitable.
Yeah.
It's much appreciated. I mean, as you can see, there's like a pool, you know. I mean, it hasn't been sunny down here in LA while I've been down here, but
We had a couple days.
we had a couple good days.
You brought the the PNW fog haze with you.
I brought the grunge weather with me.
The heroin weather.
Yeah. How's it out? A little grungy.
There's just dogs going nuts.
Yeah.
We're like in the valley in LA, so you're gonna hear like probably police helicopters and like police cars and dogs barking and people doing yard work, but we're just gonna roll with it.
Yeah, there's weed eaters, choppers, fucking ghetto birds, dogs. We out here, we're in the burbs.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's why I've been driving in LA so much.
Yeah. It makes sense.
What's up, Loki?
I don't know, it's cool to experience new
go-
tracks too. I feel like you don't like, I don't know, you can progress at your home track, you know, but until you start driving with other people and other tracks, that's when you really start to progress, I feel like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
or
getting,
other cars and, you know, all that helps a lot.
getting outside of your bubs, your
Dude.
bubble.
What's up, dude?
We got a
This is Loke Dog.
special guest joining us. He's all up in our business right now.
I hope he starts howling.
Hi,
You
dude.
should get him to sing to some guitar.
But yeah, so I don't know. It's been like easier to come down here, especially when you have somewhere to stay.
Yeah, also.
And
Imagine how expensive it would have been if Laura didn't let me stay at her house. It's really nice of her.
yeah, and
Helps me
like
drive more.
the events, like we came down for, so we could. There
That's
you
what
go.
I've been saying, man. Smartest thing you said all day.
Hi, Wolf.
Does he bork at the moon?
I think I'm gonna put him inside. Yeah. Well, cheers again.
Cheers,
We're
brother.
back. Did you drink this already?
Yeah.
Zombie?
Sorry, dude. I didn't know. Yeah. Don't be weird about it. Just chug it.
Oh, dude, I literally haven't had this in
I know.
years.
That's why I bought it. I was like, I'm going to get a pack of gum and some Fireball. Naturally. So I get at 7-Eleven. Just walk in with a ponytail and some fucking director sunglasses and get some fucking gum and Fireball. You guys just like sussing me out.
Yep. Well,
Yeah, we got a bunch of dogs howling in the background and barking, but, you know, we're out here.
yeah, it's okay. We'll make it work.
I mean, it is animal style, right? Fuck. It's the sound of my people.
Yeah, so yeah, I've been down here a lot when I can be. Still got like work and stuff. It's been hard juggling everything. But yeah, so you came down to drive the like Crash Style Tandemonium event. We like hung out at that.
Yeah, I'm glad I made it for that. Those kids are sick. I've been really hyped on their driving. Love seeing younger dudes pushing like that, and you know, really I don't know, it's all subjective, you know, what's cool or what we're into, but it's cool seeing them push in the style that we like. So I wanted to make it to their event to support it, and also to, you know, to support, you know, Jeffy and everything. So
Yeah.
I was like, I really wanted to make that one.
Yeah.
Plus, any excuse to drive horse thief, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
'Cause, I don't know, they don't do a ton of public events there, do they?
I guess not. There used to
seemed
be a
like it.
bit more. Now there really isn't. There was like a bunch of just drift stuff, and then like I don't know what happened to that, and then
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, so
Yeah.
it was cool to drive horse thief, and then we
Then Grange a bunch of times. AVS. What was that? Like the first one this year was that Drift Week? that-
yeah,
that was the first one we drove?
Drift week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've been down 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only driven.
How many miles is it?
Oh man.
How many miles is it one way?
think it's like something around 1,200.
Yeah,
One
it's
way.
a 2,400-mile trip 3 times now.
Yeah, but the crazy part is, I don't know what it is, but like, I feel like after you go to US Air, nothing really feels that long of a trip. I don't know, like, it's just such a long haul. Like, Montana takes a whole day. Like, I don't know. Dude, fucking Loki.
He hates
So he's looking at us through this glass window, howling at us, and it's very distracting. My apologies.
it. Yeah, it's like they probably can't hear it.
Well, yeah, I feel like, ever since, I've been to US Air a few times. Okay, so Loki's nose is up against the glass window. He's like, oh, and he's like howling like fuck.
Yes.
Sorry guys, it's very distracting.
Like he's a giant Alaskan husky.
God, he is gorgeous.
He's part wolf.
Majestic steed.
Yeah.
You could ride him into the sunset and bore to the moon.
Yeah, he would tell you on a sled for sure.
Just him.
Yeah.
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 But no, but what I was saying is like once you go to US Air, I feel like every other trip feels shorter, and I've been coming down, since being on the team, I've been coming down to you guys so often. It's like Thunder Hills. Well, going to Julian and Phoebe's old place was like 14 hours for me. So like doing that so much, it kind of just feels like a quick jaunt. You get up in the morning, you get there in the evening, and then when you're with good friends, you kind of forget that you just traveled for 14 hours during the day,
Yeah.
So it's like, what's another, go to Jason's house on the way down to here. It breaks it up really nice. So it kind of doesn't feel like shit anymore, especially it's like worth the driving and the friends and the hangs. So just kind of conditioned myself to road tripping, and I don't know, it's always worth it. Just never, after you're done road tripping and going on these crazy drift trips, you never think about, oh, my back hurts, or it's 1,200 cocksucking miles one way. You think, oh man, that was like killer times, and you like forget about the road tripping part of it. But the crazy part is this trip in particular was my first time towing this far by myself. In my own rig, by myself. Borrowed trailer, shout out Eric. Appreciate you, dog. And it went by like that. It's crazy. Usually I always bring a homie down or something to break it up, or, to distract you. But I kind of had, this trip is more open-ended. I didn't really have an end date, so I was like, I don't know, I want to go down alone and not have to worry about someone else's schedule or someone else playing hooky from work or something,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we came down for Fuel Fest, and we were going to come down for like a week, and then we ended up staying like way longer because like stuff just kept happening.
I feel like we've just been getting into shit that we're not even planning. It's just like every day, just some crazy new adventure, like falling into it. I always say I feel like my life's like Forrest Gump. I don't really plan that much shit out, and shit just kind of happens, and you go with the flow.
Yep.
And just enjoy it while you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got down here. We came down for Fuel Fest. I had this like idea because I realized that we could like drive cars into the backyard, and there's a pool, and I was like, we should just like take pictures with our cars in front of the pool, because like where else can you do that,
Yeah, I honestly didn't even think about that when you said that. I was like, man, that's fucking genius. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Such a good fucking idea, and it worked out.
Yeah.
And then
Laura happens to be like the fucking goat photographer, so just
yeah, literally like one of the best to ever do it, apparently. Like, Jesus Christ, man, she's been going off.
yeah.
Like, our friends fuck.
Yeah.
Well, she's your girlfriend, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so like that was, I don't know, that was like a wild time.
Yeah.
Ended up like kind of trashed halfway through it.
That's what's funny too, is like
in the pool together.
dude, we're like fucking floaties with like they're wearing sunglasses and like, god damn it, it's so fucking dumb. But no, it's funny because like, look, the cars are here. We keep unloading them just to have them. It is safer being in the yard, but at the same time, I don't want to walk out here in the morning and not see drift cars by the pool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you gotta.
Yeah, when it's available.
Why wouldn't you? So this is like the most I've ever loaded and unloaded on a trip in my life.
Oh yeah, like the
Like,
cars
by
would have
far.
just sat on the trailer if we weren't driving the whole time.
You're getting really good at it by now. Because I just started towing myself like last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always like street drove to Evergreen, or have a friend do favors for friends and they tow me around. stuff like that. Like Palm Flow would always tell me because you know, it's good homies, man. It's good experiences, but it's nice to be a little more independent and tow myself. But I'm getting better. I'm growing up.
Yeah, they grew up so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did the photo shoot Friday, and then Feel Fest was Saturday.
I think that's right. My timeline is so fucked up, but I'm pretty sure you're right. Feel Fest was Saturday.
Or was it Sunday? I don't know.
It was Saturday.
It was Saturday, right?
It was Saturday.
Yeah. So we did the pool photo shoot thing, which was just like absolute chaos, and then we showed up to Feel Fest in the afternoon, and like that was like a whole thing, and I don't know, getting to drive Irwindale was cool. There's like 1 million people there.
I didn't expect that many people. I kind of heard that it was going to be a larger public event, but holy shit.
Yeah.
The grandstands are like packed. Like
Yeah.
it looked like, you know, probably, I mean, I haven't been to Irwindale Formula D in a while, but it looked like it was up there. It was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, just having to like wait to drift for like monster trucks to drive around was like pretty wild. It was like an experience I never thought.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like in the driver's meeting, we were kind of like, we sort of talked to the monster truck driver.
Yeah. We were like trying to get him to jump us.
We're like, hey, let's run it. Let's go.
That'd be so
like,
sick.
Yeah, it's like bucket list. But I feel like we almost made it happen, but it wasn't meant to be yet. But that'll happen. Yeah. They did some cool shit though. They were like Jeff Jones was doing a burnout and he got jumped over by one of those. What is that? It wasn't a trophy truck. That was like a buggy kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't
what
know
it
what
was.
it is. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but
some like desert racing vehicle.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was sick.
And then I think the monster truck did donuts, and then they were drifting around it, which I had FOMO of. We didn't do that, but
yeah, how'd you get picked for that? Who'd they?
I don't know, dude. I was volunteering. I was like, come on,
I
man.
didn't get to see that.
I was just sitting on grid, and I was about to go do another run because I always have really bad luck when I got on grid, and I'm like ready to go do runs. It's always right when they pause. There's a crash, or they pause for a demo or something.
That event was like.
There's a lot of hurry up and waiting.
There was a lot of that, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that was crazy though. Like I've been to Irwindale so many times because like once they said they were gonna close it down,
Yeah.
I was going to every Formula D every year. Once they said they were gonna close it down, so I was like, man, I want to go to the last one. I want to make sure I go to the last one.
Yeah,
and
can't miss it.
Can't miss it. And
Dude,
then like
they got your ass.
4 or 5 years in a row going to every cocksucking fucking Irwindale Formula D. But you know, it's fine. Like I like the experience, but this is funny. But I never, basically what I was getting at was I never thought I'd have the opportunity to drive there, even though we weren't doing any crazy shit. You know, the layout was pretty mellow, but it's cool. It's a cool experience. Like to actually have my car out on that track.
We got to run with Matt a bunch, and
well, that was really cool for sure.
Yeah, he was like down to jam.
Yeah,
he
was
like came
super
and got me
down.
late. He's like, dude, that last session was sick. Like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect, like pulling up to like a more pro style demo, but I feel like I don't know, you know, because we don't like compete too much anymore, right? Like we used to, but like it's cool like seeing where you stack up. You know, I know they're kind of fucking around, but like
Yeah,
when they like came up to us and Matt was hyped and stuff, it got me kind of pumped up.
We definitely like we definitely like scumbagged the pro line a bit.
Yeah, so there's like this pro line on the top left of the bank, and then these other 2 lines.
There's like
and
the
then Matt was
single
just
run and the tandem line and the pro line.
And we don't really know where we're supposed to fit in. We're just kind of there along for the ride. And like Matt wanted to drive with us, so he's like, "Come on!" So we just follow him into the pro line. Next thing you know, we're just driving in the pro line all day.
Yeah.
And I was like,
what are you gonna do?
That was a pleasant surprise though. Like that was fucking cool, man. That was the highlight for me. It was driving with you and Matt doing the
Yeah, the end of the
tandem
day
with you and
run
Matt.
3 cars back to back with Matfield was pretty sick.
Yeah, we were getting pretty bucked for what we could do.
We were
there,
like
you know,
drifting the whole like section where they said like if you drift past this like you're gonna get kicked out.
Dude, it's
We
like
were, like
it's one
all
lane
door to
wide.
door, one lane, like falling behind each other. That was pretty sick.
Literally 1 lane wide. There's so many times I almost fucking T-boned you when you're wrapping around by the crowd, and we're supposed to be like stopping there, and we're fucking still drifting, like just getting so carried away.
Yeah.
And I look back and like Matt's right there too, doing it with us, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, we're getting way too gnarly. But I feel like we got away with it because like Matt's got pull, right? So like we're fucking. I thought I was gonna get yelled at, but like we're just doing our thing. But
yeah, like we went there. We went there for Tire Streets because Tire Streets is sponsoring the event. We got to like meet Mason and hang out with Drew and like
that was a cool experience, man. Finally meeting Mason. Shit, those guys are really cool. Like,
yeah, it's nice to have like to meet the people that are like supporting the team, especially for me since they support the podcast and all that. So it's like,
well, they're genuinely cool fucking people too. Like we all like hit it off really well, and like yeah, it's really organic. It's cool.
Yeah, like
it's the relationship.
The woman working the booth with Mason, I was telling Mason that like, so Laura told me about this like event at the barracks, and I was like, oh, but it's like during Fuel Fest, like should we just try and leave early? So I was telling Mason about it. I was like, hey man, we like might cut out a little early to go to this thing at the barracks. And he's like, the barracks? Like the barracks, you know? Like he didn't say it like that, but he was just like, he's like, really, there's an event? And I was like, yeah, there's like some car event or whatever. We're gonna like bring our cars over there. He's like, oh, no way. Yeah, we should do that. I was like, okay, sick. Like that's what I'm talking about.
Immediately about it. Yeah.
And so the woman working the booth, I can't remember her name, super nice. She happened to know not only the person throwing the event, but like someone else that was there. It was like this whole thing. And she was like, yeah, like I got you guys. Like, don't worry. Like I talked to them, like they know you're coming. And like, you know, I've watched like clips from the barracks. I'll be honest, like I haven't watched like a gang of shit, you know? Like I'm not like crazy. It was really sick to see it in person, but like I knew it was gonna be crazy for Aaron, and I was like, I just hope we can get the cars in there. So we show up and we like unload the cars in the parking lot, and we're like driving around, and Laura happens to also know Rainbow was the woman like either running the event or like co-hosting it or something, and she was like, oh yeah, we had like a couple people leave, like you guys should just drive in. And I'm like, what? Okay, sick. Like, it's on. So we...
Insane.
Literally just cruise in. Like, they had, like, a loading ramp, like, connected to, like, the front. And it was, like, super sketchy.
We fucked that ramp up. Like,
yeah.
On the way in and on the way out. You shot the board out, like, into my bumper.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Was that going in or out?
Going in. I was like, oh, fuck. We're at the barracks. I'm already like, we gotta be on our best behavior. Like, I don't want to get fucking kicked out, even though that'd be sick.
My clutch is super heavy.
And then he shot the fucking bottom ramp out into my car, and I was laughing hella hard. And I just went to go anywhere because like, fuck my arrow, it's already all messed up.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, you know, we're pretty hard on our cars and we're used to it, but this like, you know, one of the barracks guys was standing there, and he's like, no, don't hold on. And I was like, oh, it's fine, like crunch, and then. And I backed up, and like I didn't want to be disrespectful to the barracks, so like we waited and they put the board back on, and I was like, man, that ramp is so gnarly. It's not made. It's probably, I don't know. I don't know how many.
It did not seem like it was meant to support cars, and there was a lot of cars that it went over.
It was cracking and popping, like walking on it. So I was like, dude, like, and then our cars are like, hard on shit like that.
Yeah,
we have a bunch of shit hanging off. Our cars are like beat up, like.
Yeah.
But yeah, that I don't even know, man. I'm still processing that because, like, I know you know, but, like, I grew up skateboarding since I was, like, 3 years old. I watch the barracks literally every day, like, YouTube and on Instagram. And I watch almost more skateboarding than I do drifting at this point. I feel like I still, like, heavy involved in, like, skateboarding. And so I can't even put it into words, that opportunity. It's insane. Like, it's, like, unreal. And I mean, even going there in general, right? But like bringing our drift cars, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How is that even? That's why I was saying I feel like Forrest Gump. It's like we just get into these situations.
Well, there was definitely some orchestrating I worked on to, like get in and out of Fuel Fest and all other stuff.
100%. Like when we were like done with Fuel Fest, instead of like, you know, we'd normally maybe have a beer, chill out.
Yeah, you were getting like swarmed too. There's like hella people around you, like wanting to talk about cars and stuff. And I was like, I'm gonna be the asshole. I was like, hey guys, like we gotta go. Like,
dude, that was insane.
I told a bunch of people, I was like, we're going to the barracks. Like, we gotta go. And they were all like, oh yeah, for sure, man. Like, I got it. Like,
dude, this kid had me sign his fucking Air Force One.
No way.
Yeah, I was like, dude, what the fuck? Yeah, this kid came up to me and like had me sign his shoe.
Did you just put AA Ron on it?
Yeah. what the fuck? That's crazy.
Dude, you straight up signed some forces.
And then his buddy had me sign this little RC car that had nothing to do with drifting. And then like a poster of a Z32 or a Z31. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck, dude? I felt like a skateboard because I like growing up, I always wanted to be a pro skater. Like I tried to get sponsored and I sent like sponsor me tapes into like Zoomies, our local shops and stuff. And like I like filmed videos. Like I was really into it. And back in the day, if you did like, you could do like 20 tricks flat ground and you could get sponsored by your local Zoomies. So like me and my buddies would go film and we try to get sponsored by like Jones Soda and stuff. And like, and some of my buddies did, you know, I didn't like, I don't know. I was always more like, I didn't focus on that. I just would go around and get lost in the city finding spots just for the love of it. But so I never really got sponsored, but yeah, man, like what I'm getting at is like, it's fucking crazy. Like that opportunity. I don't even know. I know there's a lot of orchestrating in the background, but it was like, I always wanted to take skateboarding to the next level. And I feel like drifting like filled that void in my life. So I don't, you know what I mean? Like it scratched that itch. I don't know. And like I just replaced it with drifting. They always say like with age comes a cage, but I don't know. I take that same mindset into drifting and like, I don't know. I don't take any of it for granted. It's still fucking insane. I don't even understand. Seeing those two worlds collide too, like bringing drift cars into the barracks. It's like I never in fucking a million years would even think I'd go to the barracks, let alone our drift cars were inside of the barracks. Like I tried to hit the fucking hip with my car. And Drew was like, no, because he thought I didn't see the hip. I was like, no, I'm trying to roll up on the hip and like flex my car out.
We like, yeah, so we got silly. There was like a car show or something. I don't really like know all the details or whatever. But we like rolled in and then like I get out and like Laura's friend like takes us to like this like upstairs and she's like, you guys want drinks? We're like, okay. So we like go up there like hanging out.
What was I doing then? I lost you guys then.
I don't know.
When you guys all went up there?
You went back to the car for something.
Was that what was I say? Was that when I was skateboarding?
No, that was you went back to the top.
Oh, the first time you guys went to the top.
Yeah, so we like went up there, we were like taking shots with like I don't know, it was like a birthday, it was like someone's birthday party or something. I'm like, how did we get up? So there's like a little room at the top of the barracks. It's like a little hangout spot. And like somehow, you know, we like ended up there because like Laura's friend like brought us up there or whatever. We're taking like tequila shots and like.
Do you ever think you'd be taking
like you gotta waterfall it and then I'll make you a drink? We're like, okay.
Do you ever think you'd be taking tequila shots at the barracks?
With my drift car parked downstairs?
With your drift car parked downstairs and you're like looking down?
No, never.
Like what the hell is going on?
Yeah, and then so like, yeah, like this dude was like, you know, just like it was like good tequila too. I was like, whoa, okay, like I don't know what's going on here.
Scrumptious.
Yeah, no, it was like expensive, but it was really good. Yeah. And so like I'm like, who is this? I don't know. It was like a really like interesting scene.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
And so like I go back down. We're trying to find you a board. You're in a racing suit still because you took your pants off.
Okay, yeah. So it was so hot at Irwindale, and I still had jeans on under my race suit because we had to wear race suits, which I never wear race suits.
That was your first time.
That was my first time wearing one drifting. I've worn one obviously like go-karting and stuff. You have to. So I had like race suit energy going on. It felt really cool. I was like, fuck yeah, I could get used to this. You know what I'm saying? And then. But I took my pants. It was so hot, man. Like in the car, obviously, you know, you guys probably understand. Like it gets really hot in drift cars. So I had just underwear and then the race suit. And then we like load up, go straight to the barracks, and I'm still just wearing the race suit, no pants. And I forgot my skateboard at Laura's house, like over an hour away. So it's like not only I actually have a skateboard on me, and we're going to the fucking barracks, and I don't have my skateboard in the truck. So I was like. And I was kind of like over it. I was like, nah, I don't want to skate somebody else's board. But you kind of like bullied me into it. So did Kendall. Like, I was like, all right, fuck. Like,
I was like, are you kidding?
I literally offered this kid like, I was like, dude, I'll Venmo you if I like can use your board, or if like I break it, obviously I'll pay for it. And this kid was super chill and like let me sesh his board. Like not just do a couple of tricks. Like we seshed for like over an hour at least.
Yeah.
And that was a dream come true alone. I mean, I'm washed up, but I got a couple tricks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got a couple tricks. I was hyped.
Yeah.
Couple manuals, hit the ledge.
You did your thing.
Ate shit. I sprained my wrist. That was cool.
Yeah, it was really sick.
Yeah. I already
sprained
had
your wrist at the barracks in a race suit.
I already
with a
had
drift car parked like 10 feet, minutes, seconds.
It's crazy because I've been skateboarding so long. I've had tons of ankle injuries and knee injuries and like all these other injuries. I've never sprained a wrist or broke a wrist or anything like that. I sprained my wrist at home drifting. Like I got into a wreck and then I was like working and wrenching and sprained it worse. Just went to the doctor right before this trip. And then at the barracks, ate absolute shit, which is fine. I expected it. I'm washed up. So I have 2 sprained wrists and I've been drifting this whole time. Like just mind over matter, like let adrenaline kick in.
Yeah.
But it's so worth it, man. I'll go home and heal up. Who fucking cares?
Yeah, you like dropped in on vert too.
Oh, yeah, I was a little nervous for that because, dude, I didn't know the barracks was so slippery. It's, like, really smooth concrete. You see it on videos, but, like, I didn't realize how slippery it was, and this kid's board was so loose. It was, like, Daewon Song status where the trucks are, like, the wheels are hitting the board and wheel biting is what they call it, you know, where the trucks are so loose. Yeah. So I asked the kid, I was like, dude, can I tighten your trucks? This is so fucking sketchy. Like, 'cause I like loose trucks, but Jesus Christ, like, you barely lean, and you're done. And so I don't even remember what I ate shit on. I was just like trying to nollie rock on the quarter and it came back down fakey and slipped out. That one didn't hurt. That was the one I like ran into the rail and I was like holding onto the rail because I slid into it and then that's the film photo Laura got of you like above me.
Yeah.
But I was nollieing into the bank, like just a large like rolling kind of bank that leads up to the quarter. And I think I wheel bit on the way down and you got it on video. But when I fell, it didn't look that bad because I slipped out and you slide out, which doesn't hurt as much. But, like, I landed on my wrist and sprained it, but I didn't even give a fuck. I was like, I'm at the barracks again, I still skate. Like, that's kind of the spirit of skateboarding, which is like, I like that about drifting, too. You fucking crash, you keep going, fix your car. I learned that from skateboarding. It's like, you get fucked up, you still got to go get the trick.
Yeah.
You're there, let's do it.
We stay there, like, till it closed. Like,
the guy was
last ones in there. We're, like, getting kicked out.
We were getting kicked out. Like, our cars are in the middle, and there's, like, not a flat bar, it's a round rail, just handrail on flat ground. And I was trying to get a couple tricks on it, but my legs are so shot. I haven't skated in so long, and I was trying to get this trick. And the guy's like, all right, you got one more try. I was like, fuck, man. Usually I'm good under pressure, but I was like so tired.
Yeah.
But it's funny, we're skating
all day.
Skating to the last fucking minute, getting kicked out of the barracks is funny.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, we like thanked them all like heavily and stuff.
Yeah,
and, like,
it was positive.
Some like 2 really interesting things happened. Like as the guy that was pouring, like having us waterfall tequila is leaving, he jumps in like some ridiculous Lambo.
Oh yeah.
I was like, whoa, dude, wild car. And he's like, yeah, like we're going to party in Long Beach, like come through, blah 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 or whatever. And I was like, you know, Laura and I were like, yeah, maybe, you know, like let's see what happens. Like could be cool. And then Mason from Tire Streets was like, yo, that's Mikey Garcia. He's like a world champion boxer. We're like, oh, tight. Like he was super cool, you know, like
dude, it's just like you guys are just getting waterfalled from with expensive tequila from like a championship fucking boxer
at the
barracks right after we just drove Fuel Fest and drift cars at Wendell. It's like, what the fuck is even life?
What is life?
All in one day. That felt like multiple days in one or something. It was really weird.
Yeah.
Like, how's that even?
And at the same time, Laura introduced me to this photographer that she knows. And he was like, hey, we're doing like this like private thing at like near Dodger Stadium, like it's gonna be like it's like you guys can drift if you want. And I was like, really? You know, and it's you know, it was like a 30-minute drive from where we're staying, so it's like, huh.
We're so exhausted, but we're like, dude, we're gonna drift at Dodger Stadium?
Yeah, that'd be wild.
What?
Yeah, we're like, oh, that could be sick, right?
All right.
Like, yeah, maybe there's like some cool backdrop or whatever. And they like showed us like some pictures or whatever, like an aerial view, and they said like this is the pit, and that should have like told me something in the moment, but you know, it is what it is, right? Like you're like, oh yeah, fucking drifting at Dodger Stadium, like sick. So this is the very next day. This is after the barracks. We go to meet up and they're like, hey, like, you know, the meetup spot is like, there's a Dodger game, there's all the traffic, like just meet us at this like Home Depot parking lot. And we're like, okay. And I've never like met up for an event at a Home Depot parking lot before. And
I think most people could say that.
Yeah, or like we like wonder like what's going down, like what is this, you know? And like what's really funny is this same Home Depot has like a bunch of DIY like skateboarding stuff that I've like skated with my brother at because he lives like pretty close to it.
Well, I don't know why, but I think that's like a known spot,
Yeah, it is.
which is kind of wild because there's not much going on there, but it's like a famous DIY spot.
Yeah, it's a lot worse.
Under a bridge.
Yeah, it's a lot worse than it used to be.
Really?
Yeah.
But I've heard of it in skateboarding, but it's like it's not much going on there. But yeah, it's some famous spot apparently.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
And there's a driver's meeting.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
no. Like you're skipping like a lot of shit.
No.
The cars that started rolling up. It was like there was like a
sit up, buddy.
there was like a Charger Hellcat. Like there's a Charger Hellcat on a trailer, and like we're on a trailer. There's like GT3s rolling up. There's
a Lambo of some sort.
Yeah, there's like a Lambo. I don't know what it was. Yeah, there was just like a bunch of like
I think
wild cars, and you're like, okay, interesting.
Hold up. Rewind before that.
Yeah.
At Irwindale, my door stopped opening. And if you can't, I have Lambo doors and they don't work that well, but they like look cool or whatever. And like I come to find out, like I slammed my seatbelt mid-event, like at Fuel Fest, slammed my seatbelt into the striker of the door, so I couldn't get my door open or use my seatbelt. So I was literally just lap belting it at Fuel Fest, and I thought I was gonna get in trouble. It's also not the safest. So anyways, the reason why I bring that up is because my door won't open, and we're about to go do this demo thing with these guys at the Home Depot parking lot to go to like Dodger Stadium, and I was like, man, I want to have the doors up.
Yeah,
so
we're literally trying to like pop his door open in the parking lot.
So in the parking lot, we're spending like 20 minutes. Me and Palmer like ripping my door card off and like stabbing it, trying to get it open, trying to stab the striker and shit, trying to get it open.
Stole a bunch of stuff off my like tire, my DIY tire rack.
Yeah,
and pop it open, and so like everyone's looking at us like, what are these guys doing?
It's like we're like breaking into the car.
Yeah,
and they're just like, look at this piece of shit. They're fucking like kicking the door and stuff. Like,
yeah. And the whole time we're just like, what is gonna happen?
We don't know what to expect at all. Like we're looking around all these, like you were saying, there's
like a G8 and some like G35s roll up, and we're like, okay,
dude, there's a Catfish Camaro like donk, which I was like the most hyped on, to be honest.
Yeah, honestly,
fucking sweet.
It was sick. It had flames on it.
Yeah, it had
like
flames
painted
on it.
flames.
Yeah, I was hyped on that.
And so like, all right, chill dog.
That's why I let him out. So I was like, that could Jesus fuck.
Anyway, so we look at this whole thing and we're like, what's happening? Like, what are we gonna go do? And they're like, all right, this is the meetup spot, and someone's supposed to like lead us there, but they do like 30 over on like city streets.
Yeah, they were like doing burnouts on the way there and like flying. Some of them had no plates. Yeah. So I was like, what are we getting? We literally don't know what we're getting into.
We don't know what we're getting. We're like, what did we sign up? We just heard drifting at Dodger Stadium, and we're
hey,
like,
show up. Yeah.
Cash me outside.
Yeah. So they ditch us. We're kind of like lost trying to make it there.
The drivers meeting in the Home Depot parking lot was like, this is all legal. Like, we got to like approved by the city, blah, blah, blah. We're like, okay, cool. Like,
yeah, I mean, there's
people don't usually like let us know that everything's legal at events. So we're like, okay, we're probably like getting into something interesting.
Yeah, it was starting to have a vibe about it. We're like, should we be going to this? What's happening? But then it was, we saw some police, we saw like security.
Yeah.
So it was like permitted, police escorted in a way, perfectly safe, but we're still like a little we're like, what is this? What's going on? We're so out of our element this whole like last couple of days.
Yeah, like what are we doing next?
But we're just going with the flow,
It could have been anything. Based on the cars that were there, it could have been anything.
Just going with the flow.
It was like it was your craziest range of vehicles. It was like regular E30s, like SEMA, like RWB 911 showed up. Like it was just like,
yeah.
But what could this possibly be? So we like show up and like our cars are on trailers.
Yeah, were we? No, there was a couple guys that trailered. I was gonna say we're the only ones, but there was a Charger.
There was a Charger. Yeah.
The Charger, I was like, man, I'm really like excited because if someone's towing like a newer 4-door Charger, modern Charger, I was like, that thing must be ridiculous. It must have like 1,000 horsepower.
Yeah, it had 800. I asked him.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
sick.
I was like, what's that thing make? He's like 800. I was like, okay, cool.
Casual 800.
Yeah.
Street car. I didn't see it run, but I don't think he ran.
He did.
I didn't see it.
Oh, it was.
I missed that, I guess, but
yeah. So we get to this spot and it's like Like you'll see the videos like on Flash VM, or there's like one on YouTube if you want to see like what it was. But we unloaded our cars, and they were like, "You guys want to go first?" And we're like, "All right."
You know what was funny? When we pulled up, everyone had anxiety about going first,
Yeah.
and we were like stoked.
Yeah, well, I was hyped to go.
There was
first.
a couple kids like I was just kind of listening to like the vibe of what was going on, and like this one kid's like, "Oh, I might go first. I don't know." He's like, "Nah, no, fuck that. I ain't going first." And then me and you were just like, "Yeah, let's fucking go."
Yeah,
we're like, "Yeah,
whatever,
let's do it. What do we got
let's
to
run it,
lose?"
dude.
Like, yeah.
So it was a big open area in the middle of a park in LA that I think where they take all the garbage from all the park, like garbage cans, I think would be my best guess. Like,
Wait, wait. So that wasn't set up for that? You're saying that was
no, I think that's like where they take all the garbage.
that was
from
a
the park.
natural scene?
Yeah, they didn't set up all those garbage
But it was in
cans
like
just for us.
so for people that
But
don't
like,
know or
imagine
won't
if you
see.
have a truck and you have like a dumpster. Like, how are you gonna bring a garbage?
There's
truck?
dumpsters lined around this pretty gigantic kind of skid pad or like barnyard looking thing.
Yeah,
and they're
it was a
lined up
barnyard.
kind of staggered. So if you go to ride the dumpsters, you're probably gonna crash because they're staggered. They're not evenly
There was like
spaced.
Yeah. It was like dumpsters and like on either side, and then there was a
Yeah.
shipping container that came out through the middle.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like if you get too far, if you start riding the dumpsters,
I rode some dumped. Like
Dude.
I fucking we got out there.
Yeah, you ride the dumpsters and you get to the shipping container.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta dig out. You gotta,
I was a little nervous about that, to be honest, because I was like, I know if there's stuff there, I'm gonna try and go for it. And like, if you clip that shit, you're fucking done. Those dumpsters are gonna
yeah,
break your shit off hard. You're gonna get dusted.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you know, this is one of those instances where you don't want your shit broken off hard.
Yeah, but that I didn't even think. I thought they like I don't know. It looked like they set it up for that, but I mean,
Nah, I
if
think it
that's
was-
a natural.
I think it was literally like where they probably take all the and whatever, it doesn't matter.
I mean, it makes sense, but I mean,
it was such an interesting situation because we unload our cars off the trailers. We're like, you know, whatever.
hold on. I want to know what your first thoughts were when we got there. Like, obviously, the vibe's already where you're trying to suss out like what's happening.
I was
when
really
you
hoping
saw
we
it,
were gonna
what
go
did you-
like.
We walked the track, by the way. We went out there and walked the dumpsters. We were like scoping.
I don't
the
have
scene.
like a really good sense of smell, but everybody said it smelled kind of bad.
Yeah, somebody said it smelled like shit. Somebody yelled that. It smells like
But
shit.
there was like a bunch of like big YouTubers there, I guess. But
Yeah.
from stuff that I've never seen before and like other stuff. Like I didn't know
Different
anybody,
world.
right? Like
Different world,
it's just a different world. Like
everyone was really friendly though. Like everyone
they were
was super
super
nice. We were like
we're
mingling
like
with
super
some
out of
people.
our element. I
Yeah.
don't know. It was like a really interesting experience.
I felt really welcomed. Like
Yeah, for
everyone was
sure.
really hyped and like really
Yeah,
like,
people loved your car. They were like, dude, this is so sick.
dude, I mean yours too. Fucking that one kid that posted it on his YouTube called it a Formula DM3, which is like extremely flattering because he's basically saying you have a full blown race car.
I mean,
He's like, I mean, it sounds like it. The way your show's backfiring and shooting flames, like, I kind of get it from a different world. He's like, oh, this is like a Formula Drift car.
yeah.
Because your car, I mean, it's a gnarly sounding JZ, you know?
Yeah.
But, I don't know, it was like,
We
we were well received and we didn't know what to expect. Because really, this is like a
yeah.
different.
We didn't know what the vibe. We
But
didn't know
dude, what was that? You said it was a G8?
Yeah.
So the silver G8 slammed on like Wed's Serb 2s.
Yeah. Yeah, he was
I
sick.
hella fucked with it, and he was like really good. He like had good car control. He was like
Yeah.
going out to the dumpsters and like they call it swanging or whatever.
Yeah, dude.
They were swinging.
Hey, he had some wild rollbacks, my guy.
Dude, I was impressed. The guy was like really into our shit. You could tell he had
Yeah,
some
he was
like
like, oh,
Japanese flair to his
Yeah, he
style,
loves
you know?
KFs. He's like, I'm gonna give me those, like blah blah.
Dude,
think his
that
name
was-
Ken. He was cool.
That was really cool. Like meeting people from another world that like we see eye to eye with stuff, and like there's a mutual respect.
I
like,
didn't expect so much
cool.
like overlap. I guess.
Me
Like,
neither.
I didn't
Me neither.
expect so much like mutual respect.
Me neither at all. Yeah,
Like-
and no, predisposition or anything. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like going in like, oh, this is gonna suck or these guys are gonna be this way. It was
Yeah.
we go in very open minded.
Nobody was like, who the fuck are
like-
these guys showing up thinking they're sick or
no.
whatever. It was just like pretty much everybody was just there to do cool shit with cars, and that was it.
Yeah, they were just having fun. It was a good vibe, and it got a little sketchy. There was like, I mean, there was like one dude that was like, what car was it? That was like some chick was sitting on the seat, hanging out of the window, so her head's above the roof, just wilding out, and then they're almost hitting the dumpster. If she gets
That was
clipped by the
wild.
dumpster, she's gonna get pinched.
That was wild. Yeah,
They were getting
that was
fucking
after we
crazy,
drove. So we
man.
went first, right?
Yeah,
We didn't
rewind.
really know what to
Sorry.
expect. We like,
Yeah,
you know, it's like, what is this like? You know, like
yeah.
it was essentially like a burn yard type vibe.
Well, that's exactly like what it felt like. Yeah. So it was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we know what to do. We'll just go out and fucking get
Yeah, so
silly. And like, I feel
They're
like
like, oh, you guys are down to like tandem, or we're like, yeah.
they said that.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah. They're like, you guys want to like first? They're like, you gonna go first and tandem? We're like, yeah, whatever, you know.
Well, that's
So,
like our world, so it's funny to think
Yeah.
about because they don't. I guess they like most of them go out solo. It's like us going tandem just felt normal, but like to
Right.
them they were like, "Oh, you
Right.
guys are gonna tandem? What the fuck?"
Yeah, I guess that's like advanced level or something. I don't know.
To us, that's like I don't know.
You
it's
don't
like we
warm
try
up.
to-
You don't warm up on tandem or something. I mean, we don't warm. Sometimes we don't warm up on tandem.
I guess sometimes, like usually, like for me, it's like when I'm feeling out the car or whatever.
Yeah, but if it's like a pit, you know, it's like I don't know. We can.
Yeah, it's like we can handle like first and second gear. It's fine.
Yeah.
Or were you in second gear
I was in second.
with ZF? Yeah,
I was in second.
but
I wasn't in second at first, and when we were doing like tandem donuts, you kept catching me, and I was like, oh, I need to go to second.
I know I kept catching you, and
I was
we
just sitting on limiter, like trying to like.
we ended up actually tandeming because like
Yeah.
I caught up to you, and we're literally just like in a
Yeah, we
tandem
kept doing passes.
Oh, dude, that was crazy. The one
Yeah.
time I looked back, I thought I was gonna hit you. I was like, whatever, it'll be a good show.
Yeah, Aaron had one of his one of his doors up because the other one wouldn't open.
Yeah, at least the passenger was up.
And
Shout
I
out
did like
Kendall for
I
holding
did
the
like
door up.
a
That was
I did
sick.
like kind of a rollback, but not like a real one. You know,
You did
I tried
more
to-
than I did. I didn't do a rollback. You did a fucking rollback.
I
in
tried
your
to do
drift
it for the
car.
culture. You know,
Yeah, you knew what you were doing. That shit was sick.
I'm from the Bay. You know,
Yeah, you got to put on for your city. That shit was sick.
so
They were
like,
they were hyped on that.
we went for like a
Yeah.
minute, and Aaron and I are just like literally we'll do like I'm in second, and we're like we're like going like probably like a whole circle, then passing each other, and then like on each other's door, passing each other. It was
Go out to the dumpsters. We're getting fairly close to the dumpsters because there's like
yeah,
you know there's dude I don't even know hundreds of people like standing around all the dumpsters with cameras and phones out. So we're getting all
yeah,
hyped
people
up
were like
and going
running
out.
out because we're the first ones to go. Everyone was just kind of
Yeah.
hanging out. We just like went out and just went kind of nuts. Like I have the full thing on my phone. I haven't posted it yet because I'll explain what happened. What had happened was
Yeah, about that.
so like a couple months or like a month ago, I was at the junkyard and I like found like a gas cap because like the gas cap on my car is it's like I got it from like O'Reilly's or something or AutoZone or one of those places. Like last minute because
Red flag.
my fuel cap was leaking on my car at an event one time, and it would like get like the whole side of my car wet, and I was like, what the fuck? Why is my car wet?
Oh, like it
This
would
is weird.
spill out and actually get onto the body of the car.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah, and so like
Yeah, it's not good.
I was like I always wanted like the stock because it kind of hurts my hand to like loosen it up or whatever. So I put like the stock one that I found at the junkyard on before this trip. And as Aaron and I are going, I kind of like stop for a second. And like people start like yelling, and I was like, yeah, we're the shit. Like this is sick. And then Aaron goes around, he's doing donuts around me and just like he's like doing these like hand motions, like, and I don't really know what they mean. Like,
So I took ASL in high school, and I forgot all of it. All
ASL?
of it. So,
What is that?
American Sign Language.
Okay.
And I forgot all of it. So where I was like mid donut trying to like, I don't know why I was
Do
like,
sign language?
yeah, no, I mean
Is
I
that
don't.
sign
I,
language for fire?
literally, it's not.
That
What
shit's
I'm getting at is like, I don't know sign language anymore, and like I was just like making hand signs like you're on and like mouthing like, but
Yeah.
I'm mid like kind of donut, and then I like stopped, and then I was like, you're on fire, and I was like, and I was pointing.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh shit. And like Laura just was so fucking chill the whole time. I was so impressed by it. Dude.
And I was like,
Like-
kind of like, yeah, my car's like, whatever, fire. It's not that big of a deal.
So what I saw, just hold up, to paint a picture, what I saw is like right passenger tire, wheel well, that whole area, just 6-7 inch plus flames, like billowing out. And I was like, that's not good because that is going to spread. Whatever that is like going to spread for sure. Like, I don't know if it's fuel, brake fluid, I don't know. But like, it didn't look good. So I was like, well, I should probably stop doing donuts Because in my head, I'm like, this is so fucking punk rock. Let's like do donuts around him with flames. And then like I tried to, so I did one full donut around him while he was on fire because I thought it was hella fucking metal. But then what had happened was is then people started swarming to the fucking car, and I'm mid donut.
Yeah.
And I see these guys like flinch, like, and luckily like with drifting, I know to look ahead and shit. So I like stopped drifting, or I would have like smoked like fucking 5 people. And like I stopped,
I think
and then
they
I
were
was like,
trying to run up and help.
They were trying to run up and help, and I'm sitting over here like trying to drift around because I thought it would look cool. But then I was like, well, I also don't want my friend to like lose a fucking car to this kind of shit. So I was like, obviously I was mindful of that, but I was like,
I didn't
in the
want to
moment,
lose a car to anything.
I guess I got all hyped up.
Yeah,
we were taking over dumpsters, and I got all fucking amped. I don't know, but anyways, so
we ran the pit, you know.
So keep telling the story because you're on fire. Once you realize you're on fire, what happened?
And they're like, "Oh, you're on fire," and I was like, "Oh, like I just put a new fire extinguisher in my car." I was like, "Oh, cool, I'll get to use it." So I like I had like a mount. I was like all fucking pulling out, and like some dude's like, "Here, give me." So I like hand it to him.
Yeah.
And I just like walk over to the back of the car. Like I'm not like running around or anything.
Yeah, you're chilling. You weren't panicking.
And
also,
like, I don't know if that means that I'm just like desensitized to danger, or I'm like.
I think just maybe a little bit. I mean, like we've been through a lot of shit over the years. We've been drifting a long time, so it's like we've kind of seen a lot of shit. We haven't caught fire a ton of times, but
this is the first time my car's ever been on fire ever.
Right, but you've
the entire time I've drifted.
I bet money on the fact that you've been around car fires, so it's like you kind of know like panicking doesn't help anything.
Like right? Honestly, like, I thought like some tire rubber was like on fire in my wheel well or something. I didn't know that it was as big as it was.
Yeah. So, like,
it
was growing actively. Also, I was trying to pull my fire extinguisher out of my car, and I've never used it, luckily. So the pin was, like, kind of rusted. And I was dude, I threw my helmet. I was panicking. I was like, man, I just don't want my homie to lose his car this way. But I was fucking panicking. Like, the shit would not. So lube up your fire extinguisher pins, I guess. Because, like.
Lube up your pins.
Lube your pins.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, honestly.
So like that was the cool part, was like everybody there was like down to help. People ran and got fire extinguishers.
Very helpful.
Some fucking homie poured his Modelo on there.
That was the most helpful.
That's
kind of the ongoing joke the last few days.
That was like
it's the Modelo to put out the fire. I'm like,
dude, and like literally he was like, oh man, like I wasted my Modelo. Like
someone in the YouTube video that cat posted was like, oh man, he wasted a Modelo.
Yeah.
It's so fucking funny, dude.
So like you know, all that happened, and I'm kind of humbled by the whole situation. We drove for like what? It was literally a minute. We got to drive for a minute, and we did some cool shit.
Like a minute of like limiter is gnarly on cars, man.
Yeah, I wanted to do rodeo donuts. I want to do like a bunch of other stuff.
Oh yeah, we had a bunch of plans of like random shit. We
just jumped in, and then like my car caught on fire and I couldn't drive anymore.
Yeah, wanted a rodeo donut. We were gonna try and like hit wheel and fender doing donuts, and we just got carried away, and then shit got pretty lit.
Yeah, shit was fire flames.
Well, and our album is about to drop, so I mean,
yeah.
That's kind of a premonition, I feel like.
Yeah, so it's still kind of going up. I'm like, luckily, just, you know, recommendation to everybody, at least have like Nomex gloves on. Like my racing gloves are actually like fire resistant, so I was able to like pad out like a lot of it, which is
that's a good point.
Super dumb, but whatever. Like,
I mean, what do you do? Because by that. Let's paint the picture more for them. Like, by the time
2 or 3 fire extinguishers were emptied on the back of my car.
Everyone's depleting their like little, what are they, 2-pound fire extinguishers?
Yeah.
Because the one I had in my car is like a 2-pound. It's on the cage. I was running back to my truck to go grab a 5-pound because I have like a 5-pound in the truck, but like I forgot my keys, so I'm like running back, and it's pretty far away. It's like fucking at least like 1,000 yards. Yeah. And like so I sprint back and forth. Like, and I was fucking panicking, man. I was like, I don't want fucking my homie to lose his car over this shit. So I was like sprinting. I got the 5-pound. I don't even think we ended up using it because so many people brought their little 2-3 pounds.
Yeah.
We used so many of those. Like, homie with the GT3 used his on it.
So that was, okay. Like, everybody was like trying stuff. One of them was definitely expired, and it just like, it was like.
It didn't work?
No, like it just like.
I always wondered if ones that are expired like don't work or if
no, it doesn't work. Yeah.
Interesting.
He like sprayed it, and it was just like it didn't like spray anything out. It just kind of like it was like.
So have them certed and up to date is what you're saying.
Yeah, definitely. If your fire extinguisher is expired, like it does nothing. There's no point.
It's good to know,
dude. It literally just like went.
Oh yeah,
it was.
Do it.
It was like, hey, beer.
When you're nervous in your first date.
It was
Oh yeah.
it was pretty mid. Honestly.
That's I always wondered that.
So,
That's
Aaron ran off to go get his. I don't know what to do. I'm like literally like patting the fire out with my hands, trying to get like it was like there's like fire coming out of the fuel door, and I was like, is my car really gonna burn down in the middle of a bunch of dumpsters?
Was that your yeah? What were you thinking? Were you just like, I'm losing my fucking car? Because like
I was pretty.
you guys were fighting it for a while and it would not go out. It was like spreading, like almost like we didn't know if it was .3 or a fuel fire or what.
Yeah, so I had like an issue where my hydro second caliper line got knocked loose by a cone because I ate a cone. Happened
At Fuel Fest, right?
Yeah, at Fuel Fest, and I was like, oh, like is that what's on fire? Because like brake fluid's super flammable too. And then it's just like, man, I don't know. I didn't know what to do. It was on fire. Like I knew I had a fire extinguisher in my trailer box and I could run and go get that, but I like didn't want to leave the car for some reason. I was just like, I need to like be here.
You want to watch it burn?
Let it burn.
We don't need no water. Let the motherfucker burn.
No, I didn't like want to watch it burn, but
I get it. You don't. Yeah, you had enough people. Everybody was trying to.
So like
help
it was cool that like a bunch of people
so.
just took off and got fire extinguishers.
That was really cool.
It was
man.
sick. It was
and like I said, I'll mention it again. The homie that had the like one of the nicest cars there had a Porsche GT3.
Yeah.
Whipped the extinguisher out of that car.
The factory.
I have it sitting right here.
Yeah, he like dude. Okay. So like that dude ran to go get his. That was the last one we used.
Yeah.
We probably only needed that one. The factory fire extinguisher and the GT3 put it out immediately.
I didn't know that. Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Holy shit.
He's like, I got this, and he like walks over there all chill, and he's like, well, I got this, and I was like, yeah, and he like sprays it, and it just fucking goes out immediately, and I was like,
we literally both offered to Venmo the dude, and he's like, no, they're like $20, and me and Palmer was like, no, they're probably a lot fucking more than $20.
I don't think the factory fire extinguisher on a GT3 is $20.
No, there's no way.
Like the one that was in my car was $20, and it didn't work very well. Also, the other thing is, I think like getting the right fire extinguisher rating for.
That's what I've been saying all morning.
Like fuel and that kind of stuff is important.
Well, I didn't know that extinguisher was the one that really helped.
Oh yeah.
Like I figured it was the Modelo. Now when we see Modelos, I'll never look at it the same. Just saying.
Nah, definitely not.
I've always liked Modelo, but now it's like I would put my boy's car out.
Yeah.
You know, the fire out.
Yeah, so. That dude was like, it's Modelo time, fool. Like,
yeah,
activate.
He was like, yo, he saw the fire. He was like, it was a bottle, but whatever.
It was a bottle, yeah.
But who cares? No one's
There's a YouTube video if you want to go find it. I'm not going to tell you where it is, though.
Yeah, we don't. No free shout-outs on the Goodest cast.
Yeah.
Just play.
Yeah, I don't even blow up nobody else's channel. Just kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the dude that like orchestrated the whole thing was like, I was like, dude, I'm so sorry. And he's like, it's cool, man. Like, no problem.
Oh, he was apologizing to you?
No, I apologized to him.
Oh,
I was like, hey, man, like, I know you like just tried to like spend all this time like getting this approved by the city. And
I know, because we were the first ones out, and then it's like a disaster. It could have been worse, right?
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse.
Could have been a lot worse, but yeah, I guess I see where you're coming from. It's like, fuck, man, sorry. We like paused the show.
Another car like kind of caught on fire like almost immediately after that, so I felt a lot better.
Whoa, dude, wait, it was the G8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. I think one of his like plug wires, like his manifold melted one of his plug wires and it like arced or something.
But, man, it's pretty hard on cars, man. You're just like bouncing limiter for like a minute or two. The last time I did that in Canada, we were doing a send off at Western Speedway on the island, and I cracked my manifold, like crazy leaks everywhere, almost caught it on fire. Like that shit's hard on cars, man. If you think about it, there's like no airflow. It's like those Aussie burnouts. Like I took it like I always wanted to talk to those guys and see what they do for cooling, but I guess they just don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Air cooled, brother.
Anyways, yeah, it's really hard on cars. Like I've cracked manifolds doing that shit. Like it's always worth it, but fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'm probably not going to drive my car again, which was smart.
I think it was smart, man. I mean, imagine you like go right back out because you get greedy and then that's it. burn the car down for real. That time you'd be like, you'd really kick yourself in the nuts.
You'd be like, wow, I can't believe everyone used their fire extinguishers to put my car out and I lit my car on fire again. I don't
There's
know
not enough
sparked
Modelo's at the
it.
event.
I don't really know, like, really all the details. All I know is I'm going to take fire safety a little more seriously in the future.
Well, you know, it's like, well, not funny, but a few weeks before this happened to you, I caught fire for the first time ever on my car.
Yeah.
I don't know if I think my coilovers are kind of blown out from like jumping and all the crazy shit we've been doing over the past few years. Yeah, I don't get it. Why me? You know,
doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense at all. But the wheel was rubbing and rubbed through where I cut and welded, seam sealed, all that shit. The metal part of the car. So the wheel was like rubbing. So molten tire was like shooting into my car. I was drifting Evergreen a couple weeks ago with the homies and like I just started seeing smoke come through. I started smelling it and I saw it coming through my mirror, my side view mirror. So it was traveling through the cavity of the body up into the door card and then into the cabin from the mirror. So I like decided to pull over and check, and then I had a 7-inch flame on fire in my wheel well in the trunk. And my extinguisher fucking wouldn't
do shit.
Unpin. It wouldn't do shit.
Yeah.
So I was like,
definitely got a new fire extinguisher.
Yeah, I'm about to re-up some like better shit because this is like eye-opening. My little fire incident a couple weeks ago and then yours, I'm like, man, like
we drive a lot.
Shit happens. Like there's high temps. Like we're driving in California a lot. It's really hot down here. Like that promotes spark and flame. But I had like spray foam injection on my wheel wells for like keeping smoke out and shit. You know, it's pretty common. And that shit just ignited from molten tire.
How many events do you think you've driven? Total. Ever.
In my life?
Yeah.
I've never thought about it. I have no idea. It's like going on 14 years of events. And I was obsessed with driving as much as I could early on. Had a 2-year hiatus of blowing up Jay-Z's from shitty sponsors and bad experiences.
I had a 2-year hiatus from being poor.
Fuck. Well, I can relate. That was kind of like how that happened, you know? Blowing up Jay-Z's and trying to rebuild them. Yeah. So, fuck, I've never thought I'm really bad at guessing things. You know, you play that game where there's like marbles or something in a jar.
Do you think you're in the 100 days of drifting club for sure?
I think way more than that.
Yeah.
Like the 1 year alone, I was driving once a week. Past couple of years, I've driven almost once a week. This year, not that much, but so I could travel, but several hundred at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus,
I never had a fire until recently.
Yeah, same. Which is weird. Like last 2 weeks, we've had our first fires in like hundreds of events.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. And the crazy part is I'm not like crazy OCD about leaks. Like I try to keep leaks to a minimum, but like this SR is like the leakiest one I've ever had. I don't know. It sucks. So it's got me.
Your SR's dummy wet.
Yeah, it's dummy fucking wet. I'm just really paranoid about it because yeah, it's dangerous. But yeah. Anyway, so you caught fire. Then I was all fucking hyped up, man. I was like, we had some other plans.
Okay, first of all, I roll my car out of the pit, and Aaron goes again. And
I was fucking hyped up, man. I was like, I'm not fucking done yet. Fuck that.
I wasn't done either. I was so sad. I
know.
wanted a rodeo donut so bad. I was like, none of these dudes have ever seen a rodeo donut before.
No, which like, so we like go, like Kendall's holding the Lambo door up. I wanted to hold mine up too, but my door is still jammed. And we were getting closer to the dumpsters. I started like left foot braking by the dumpsters to like slow down by people filming and getting all hyped. And I'd transition and come back around, like hold my hands out the window. And then this one run, I like double flipped off out the window mid drift.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was pretty fun. That was a wholesome moment.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stop, like getting carried away, gonna break something. But also, it's like way more fun, like tandeming with you.
Yeah. It was it was kind of sketchy.
It was really sketchy. It was like I was saying.
Laura said that was like she was scared. Like,
the dumpsters being
it was not like
staggered.
Exciting. It was like actually scary.
And a couple times we like,
it was like a little exciting.
Bumper swept past each other.
It was like dumpster / bumper sweep.
With my Lambo door up.
Yeah.
By the way. Yeah. So it was like it got sketchy. We got a little carried away, but shit was pretty lit. Some would say.
Yeah, it was literally fucking the most lit.
No regrets.
I mean, driving home, I was like, oh god, dude, I'm gonna be a fucking YouTube thumbnail for sure. Cause like hella people were filming. There was like a lot of like lives going, like Instagram lives
You're
going.
like, oh fuck, I'm gonna be a meme. Oh,
I was like, oh god,
oh god, I'm a meme.
here we go. And then like literally like
meme me harder.
the next day or like 2 days later, like on a Monday morning, it was like Formula Drift M3. Like,
Honestly, let's talk
fire.
about the end of that video.
you want to talk about it?
You should-
You want everyone to know?
I think it's hilarious.
Just go watch the video.
Yeah. All
You
right.
can look it up. Yeah.
Yeah,
go
we
look
don't. We shouldn't spoil it. Yeah. Watch the end of that
If
video.
you want to see like the whole thing, but like from somebody else's perspective, like
Yeah. And all you gotta do is search Formula Drift M3 on YouTube. It'll pop up.
Formula Drift M3,
You'll see
uncontrollable
Palmer's.
flames.
You'll see Palm Dizzle's car.
Yeah,
as
it's
the
like a
thumbnail.
really popular YouTube channel too.
Yeah, the ending is pretty fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
The shit the guy says.
Yeah.
You'll see me doing the double flip off and like.
He slow-mos Aaron doing the double flip off out the window and then says like the funniest shit ever.
Anyways. Dude.
Very complimentary actually.
Yeah, I was like, how did he know? Is it showing?
Oh god. It was the driving suit at
Yeah, it was
barracks.
the driver suit energy. I never thought I'd skate in a driver suit, but
that was pretty savage.
I didn't. Yeah, I don't know. Those the skateboarders there were probably like, look at this fucking asshole. He's like crawling out of his car because my door's jammed. I probably look like I'm crawling out of my car.
He had a NASCAR out the door
NASCAR
every time.
Yeah, so I probably look like a fucking asshole, like wearing a driver
you,
suit
like,
tied up,
actually
climbing out of
skated.
the car.
But then you
Yeah, but I
actually-
mean not like that well. But like yeah, they could like there's props. Like there's this one dude doing like tricks on the ledge over the manual pad, and like I'd be like, oh, I got your back, and I'd do a trick, and like so there's some camaraderie. They could see like I've skated. You know, I'm washed.
you
I'm
got
washed
props.
up. I'm washed up, but like they could tell I like used to skate a lot, so it was cool. But like I was embarrassed to go skate there, but then I had this moment where you and Kendall were like hyping me up, and I was like, can't go there and not skate. I would regret it for the rest of my life.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
who knows if I'll get to go back there. I sure fucking hope, but like definitely not in the manner that we did it. And like
Roll in the drift cars, single Lambo door up.
yeah, so also like we didn't finish on the way out of the barracks. It was a shit show trying to get out because of that ramp we were talking about earlier. That ramp was so steep to get back down, and like
the Lambo got stuck.
the Lambo got stuck.
Mike
and like
Garcia's Lambo got stuck for sure.
and the ramp they have to pick up the whole board all the way down the whole dock to pull it up, and I was like, there's no way, man. I could already tell it's gonna rip my exhaust off. I'm gonna get stuck or shoot the ramp out, and then I get like literally docked on the dock. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I just got out of the car, and the dude's like, we were pushing the limits of how long we could be there. We're fucking around taking photos, and like the guy's like trying to get out of there, and like I had to get out and be like, dude, this is not gonna work. I already can tell you. And so we picked up the entire fucking ramp down the dock, and we're sliding it around trying to make it work. It ended up working out, but it was super sketchy getting in and out of there because it's obviously not meant for like cars like ours.
Yeah.
And my car's shitty, my exhaust hanging off and shit.
I don't know how some of those cars. I think the ones that were up there,
Some of them are bagged.
they
I
must
know
have been bagged. Yeah.
some of them were for sure. Could hear them airing up and shit, which is cool. But
There's some cool stuff. It was everyone else
Yeah.
left. The entire car show left. It was just me and you, and we could
Yeah.
that's when we parked our cars like.
oh, we
In the
stayed
middle.
till the last minute. We were living it up. These guys are like, oh, I'm out. We're like literally the last minute. We're like skating. and
Drew
like,
Drew Fishbein
we're getting clips.
was like getting clips.
Yeah, we were.
He was
filming.
hyped. That was so cool.
Oh, dude.
I actually haven't
amazing.
seen him like that hyped, and
Dude, him
He's
and
been
Mason were both like so excited, and those guys see
Drew
so
is
much.
like, oh fucking G.
What's I'm saying?
Like, he is like
it was
one
cool.
Of the OG media dudes from like back in like OMG
Oh,
Drift.
yeah.
Like I remember like being so hyped when I got a photo on OMG Drift.
Dude, I was just hyped seeing their shit.
That's
back
like
then in
blog
general.
days, you know? It was like
Yeah.
Tumblr days, blog day, like the early,
And like seeing those guys that excited with how much cool shit they do,
Yeah.
it like made it feel even more special. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I
Like
think
you like
they-
look around and everyone's as hyped as you are, and like
I
these
think they
guys have
felt-
done the coolest shit. Like
yeah, I think they felt the same about us too, because like they know, we've been to like Japan, we've been to, like
Mhm.
other countries for like drift stuff, and it's like rolling into the barracks was like,
it
for
was
real?
like, yeah, it was just amazing. Like it was just like mutual.
oh yeah, thanks for painting all my shit before the trip.
Oh yeah, like
if I would
what?
have rolled into the barracks all like haggard, I would have been kind of sad.
I know. I wish we could do like a full blown refresh before then, but at least your car looks like shiny and all one color for that. But yeah, flew down to Julian's like a couple weeks before that to paint Sam's car and
which
Sam
came
Street.
out sick. We got to talk about that.
Yeah, which I was hyped on, but like Palmer, I was like, dude, literally anything that's in my face, I'll paint. So Palmer brought over all his aero, and we painted as much as we could in the time we had, and yeah, it was cool seeing your car like one color, shiny. Got some like Goodest decals on the side skirts, which is dope. Last minute, yeah.
We put them on. Julian from S Chassis Loyalty like printed them for me.
Yeah, he's the homie, man. Wait, we put them on poolside.
Like, cool. We straight up applied that poolside.
Yeah, that was cool.
I put I kind of did like I wanted to do the old school style where they put like the full URL on the side skirt. I'm kind of like a nerd, so I put like HTTPS because like all the old stuff says HTTP, but that's not supported anymore.
I love the attention to detail.
So like no hate on like when Yusuf put thrash on there, but like HTTP : / like isn't the actual URL. Sorry guys.
I love
it. Sorry Michael. Sorry.
Fucking nerd.
Sorry Yusuf. But yeah,
I love it.
The old stuff is HTTP. HTTPS is secure, so
yeah. Well, that's a good. I'm gonna pee. Is that okay?
Yeah, you can pee.
It'll be really fast. I promise. Right. Don't touch that fucking YouTube dial.
What's up, everybody? I'm here to tell you about CoroWorks. You might already know about them from their fantastic Formula Drift recaps, or their cool shop that they do sick work out of, or their 45 drivers that they sponsor in FD. But they also sell really cool engine bay dress-up parts, Nabori flags, like all kinds of really cool branded stuff, t-shirts, whatever. And through the Goodest cast, I can get you 15% off with code GoodestBoy. And you should go check out what they have. I have their 1JZ VVTi valve cover, or their coil pack cover, and it's sick. It's got like lowrider pinstripe on it, anodized. So they got a bunch of sick stuff. Check them out. They're the boys. They support the podcast. So you got to support them. You know how we do. So I appreciate you guys. CoroWorks. CoroWorks.com, maybe? I don't know. Google CoroWorks. Sorry, guys. Anyway, that's my ad. If you're familiar with this podcast, you're familiar with Tire Streets. And let me tell you, they have the same tires they've always had in every single ad I've ever done, and we have the same discount code we use every time. Goodest 651, 20% off 651s. But if you haven't heard about Tire Streets and you're new to this podcast, let me tell you what. Tire Streets has the Acceleras. They got mud terrains. They got all kinds of stuff. But you're listening to this drift podcast, so you probably drift. And if you want tires for drifting, the Accelera 651s are the way to go. Top tier, the absolute epitome, the golden standard of drifting at this point. And if you have any disagreement about that, you're entitled to your opinion. But check them out, Tire Streets. They've been supporting the podcast for 2 years now. We appreciate them. Go out and use that discount code, make us look good, save yourself some money on some tires, and tag us and tag them and let them know where you got them. Thanks, guys.
I say we need to get into Apple Valley a little bit because we had a nice little
welcome back.
Welcome back. Anyways, thank you for having me.
Yeah. Welcome back. But welcome back to Between Two Ferns with Zach Galifianakis. Have you always been a giant piece of shit?
Indubitably.
Yeah, so we did the pit, the Dodger Stadium pit, the barracks, Field Fest. That was all in 2 days.
Yeah, which is nuts, man.
Including the pool shoot, that was 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just like, what is this trip?
Well, and then I branched off a couple times to go set up B-Knuckle on our friend Kendall's car. And she, there's a bunch of interesting issues with that, having a Hicus rack and a bunch of...
let's talk about Hicus racks. We learned something about Hicus racks today.
Man, that was a nightmare. Well, it's funny because I just had that conversation with Julian Jacobs, like, dude, like a week, when I went to go paint Sam's car, we just had a conversation about it because I put in a Reman O'Reilly's rack in my old hatch that had the JZ. I never could get it to steer right with the B-knuckle. It never would get proper angle. Like, I couldn't get it to go over 90 and, like, feel proper. It would just loop. And I couldn't full throttle backwards. Like, so we started theorizing, like, we think, like, Hikus racks, I mean, you probably just Google it and find out real quick, but Hikus racks are different because they have rear steer. So they have a different ratio on the rack, so you get less throw. So we'll come to find out that's definitely a fact because it was, for some reason, not getting full lock. We did the S14 LCA. We did all the proper, like, supporting mods for the Heatmaker B-knuckle, and it was still not hitting lock on side to side, even rack-centered, off-centered. So I off-centered the rack enough to, like, do the Grange entry, so going on the right-hand turn, hitting full lock to the left. I off-centered it so that we could at least hit lock to the left. So she had to drive around it, not getting a lot of angle to the right, but it made it drive okay for the time being. But we got home and, like, other Julian.
That's because you went to an event on. So this is all over the week. So Friday shoot, Saturday Field Fest Barracks, Sunday Dodger Stadium pit, Monday working on cars for you.
I worked all night on cars till like 2-3 in the morning, and then I think the next day, I think it was Tuesday.
Working.
Was it Tuesday?
Tuesday you went to the track with Kendall and Julian.
And so no. So I went to an event after, like, before that is when we went to test her car they had a Stunt Girls private day.
I thought that was
I don't even remember what day that was, but I wasn't driving. I think
it was a Tuesday because we wanted to drive and it didn't end up working out.
Yeah, it didn't line up. But it was a private day. It wasn't just a test and tune at AVS. So I went out and was setting up her car and helping Julian, S-Chassis Loyalty Julian, on his. He's got a hatch with a 2JZ NAT, which is super bitchin'.
GET.
It's really, really cool. Yeah, GET is
sick.
It sounds amazing. Like, but he's having some steering issues as well, so I was just trying to dial in their steering and making sure their suspension was working. And then he ended up throwing me the keys, and, like, I ended up driving, like, a fuck ton. Like, me and Kendall tandemed, and that was super fun, which I didn't expect. But basically, rewind back to what we were talking about. The Hikus rack is, S-chassis racks are they're offset, like, they're different lengths side to side when they're centered. And the Hikus rack, we measured 2 different racks, and the one in her car is 5.5 inches centered side to side. So it's overall longer by quite a bit. So you're not getting as much angle. So you literally can't. It maxes out angle as a quicker ratio to lock. It's like 2.9 turns to lock or something like that. So anyways, it was quite the fuck around, like 3 days of messing around with that, but it was a cool learning experience because I never got to actually diagnose that, like, Hikus racks are not.
Never got to diagnose, like, steering problems.
Yeah, nothing like that. Having an improper rack, because it's like most people don't have Hikus racks, but that was a non-Hikus car too.
Some would argue there's no such thing as an improper rack. It's just
nice rack.
Sometimes you want a nice rack.
Yeah, I mean, it was a nice rack. It was rebuilt, didn't leak.
Yeah, no one wants a leaky rack.
Supple, subtle rack.
I mean, maybe some people do want a leaky rack.
I mean, to each their own, right? I don't judge, but I like my racks to function.
The M3 and non-M3 racks are different also.
I did not know that.
In case anyone was wondering out there.
I did not know that.
M3 racks are progressive. So as you get closer to lock, they actually add. I don't know if it's. That might.
Does that feel interesting in drift?
Yeah, so the street car and the drift car feel a little different because they have different racks. I don't know which one I like more. To each their, like, every rack is different.
Yeah, everyone's God-given rack is different.
You got to handle every rack differently.
Yeah, it's situational how you handle people's racks.
You got people's.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's got a different. Every rack is different.
Yeah, no, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well,
and
anyways,
each of them have their own
quirks,
preferences.
Yeah. We don't judge. Each rack has its place in this world.
Yeah.
But I ripped the Hikus one out of her car because that one needed to take a Hikus out of her car
God.
because It didn't work with B-knuckle. It was like a half inch off of hitting the steer stops side to side.
Yeah.
So swap in the standard non-Hickus rack, and it worked great. Hickus. And it worked great. Anyways, so it was like 3 days of working on cars till 2, 3 in the morning for me. Go to another test and tune, drive. Got a couple days to work on more cars, work on my car, and then we decided to go do a test and tune day.
Hold on, you also did like you drove your car to a Bob's Big Boy.
Oh
car
shit!
beat.
You want to talk about streeting the car? Okay.
Yeah, that was sick. I got a bunch of clips. Like anytime there was like
Yeah.
a street sign that said like Los Angeles, I was like, ooh, and I filmed it so shitty.
So it was always one of my dreams to like I know it's hectic driving modified cars down in LA, but I have Washington plates.
California in general.
California in general, yes, that's correct. But I've been fucked with specifically by LA cops with like friends' cars and stuff, so I knew it's like hectic. So it was one of my goals to like street my car around. I have expired tags, whatever you guys call them down here.
Tabs?
We call them tabs up north, but I know you guys call them tags or something. Whatever. I have expired tabs on my Washington plates.
You guys also call soda pop.
Yeah, we also call bubble tea or boba bubble tea. That's different too than down here. But anyways,
Sephorin.
Sephorin, you know, from the deep north. There's not quite igloo north, but we're
Pacific
deep
North best.
I don't know about that, but anyways, so yeah, I threw my plates on my car, and
You guys also call rain normal.
Portland gets more rain. No one wants to talk about that. They get more rain than Seattle. Annual rainfall per year.
Let's get technical.
Yeah, I don't want to get into fucking. What is it? What do you call it?
Meteorology.
Meteorology. I don't want to get into fucking meteorology with you, Palm Dizzle. Let's fucking keep it to.
You're a meteorologist at heart. Because you make it rain.
I feel like you'd be really good at it, really like long, so you could be like, and over here, down in Arizona, we got 69 degrees.
I could do the
which is
whole
a rare
country,
low.
dude. I'd just be like, fuck you.
Yeah, you're just like,
You can't even see my arm in the frame.
Yeah.
If you're watching or
you'd be a
listening.
good weatherman.
There's this really weird Nicolas Cage movie where he's a weatherman and he's like depressed. I don't know what it's called, but I remember I watched it in theaters by myself.
I don't
when
think I've
was a
seen
kid.
that one, really.
It's a
What
weird,
era is that
That's a
from?
deep cut. I don't know.
Shout
I just
out,
really like Nicolas Cage.
shout out Raising Arizona. I think it's his first movie. It's my favorite movie.
That's a good movie.
That and Con Air.
Con Air is pretty.
Con Air is
fire.
really good.
I just watched that for the first time.
Dude, he's got the long hair and he walks away from the explosions.
Oh,
So fucking
dude.
stereotypical, and he's fucking jacked for that movie.
Yeah. How about Face Off?
You kidding me? Isn't that John Travolta?
Yeah.
Yeah, are you kidding me?
That's us.
Like, let's go.
You're John Travolta. I'm Nick Cage.
Let's fucking go, dude. I'll
We're
star
gonna
in a
swap
movie
faces right now.
tonight at 8.
That's that's why we came to LA, because we're just too Hollywood now, you know.
Yeah.
Doing photo shoots by the pool, hanging out at the barracks, taking shots with famous boxers.
Oh, and then met Pauly Shore at the Comedy Store.
We'll get there.
Are you fucking kidding
We'll
me?
get there.
This trip's been insane. Yeah,
We'll
I
get
feel
there.
like
Dude,
I hope we cover everything. I feel like we're gonna forget
We'll get
something.
there.
Well, the trip's not even fucking
literally,
over. But
literally a
anyways.
huge Bobby Lee Tiger Belly fan.
Oh, Young
and Bobby-
Young Gravy.
And Young Gravy and Bobby Lee were just hanging out like
Yeah,
from me to you.
yeah,
And we're just like, okay.
yeah. We're like,
And then
yeah,
you
we
went-
basically drank with Bobby Lee, Young Gravy, and Pauly Shore.
Yeah.
Basically.
we went to the Comedy Store on Sunset.
Anyways, so rewind.
Rewind.
We do a
streeting
test
your
and
car.
tune. Well,
No,
okay.
streeting
You
your
want to talk
car
about
to Bob's
streeting?
Big Boy.
So there's this really cool meet that Kendall was telling us about. That's
And I was like kind of tempted to drive my car, but my plates are 6 years expired. No reg, no insurance, no nothing. And
well, and you're California registered, man, so you could really get fucked. You guys get
my
state
car
ref
is
and
also
shit.
like you have like full interior. Yours looks.
Your car
you could-
sounds like the way it backfires. You have no interior.
You could pull
like-
off like show car vibes.
Yeah, if you
Like,
don't
your
look,
car's
if you don't,
that sick.
if you don't look at it,
My car
it's
looks.
a show car. If you don't look at it at all, if you like close your eyes, it's a show car. No, not at all. But I know what you're saying. You have full interior, It's a little more tame than your car. It
Yeah,
doesn't
mine
like
doesn't have a
backfire like your
stereo.
car.
Like it's just switches.
Your car is definitely a couple clicks up on the race car vibes, and you have California plates.
Indicators. I can't change lanes legally.
Well, legally you can. Don't you just go?
Oh yeah, you put your arm out the window like you're on a bicycle.
I do that in my Datsun from time to time.
Do you?
I'm like,
I know that one. I think is it down is stop or up is stop?
I think it's
There's
down.
like this
It's
is
down.
left and then this is stop. So it's like
Well,
right,
because up is
left,
right,
down.
left, down is stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, that's legal down here, right? I do that in Washington.
You can't do these hand signals. It's like this, not straight.
That's not politically
That's
correct.
different.
Yeah.
Especially in a German car.
Yeah, you can't do that at BMW
My
these
grandfather
days.
would be rolling in his grave right now.
Yeah. On God.
He's like, you're driving a fucking German car with a Japanese engine. You know what I had to do in World War II?
Blasphemy. Fuck, dude. So yeah, I put plates on my car. Anyways, we're digressing. I put plates
He
on
was
my
in
car.
the Navy and he worked on he was an airplane mechanic. So
That's pretty cool. I was an airplane mechanic for a while myself. Not
Yeah.
on cool planes like warplanes, but fucking 747s.
that's pretty Boeing.
If it's not Boeing, I'm not going. Oh. Anyways, I hated that fucking place. Fuck that place.
So you got your car all cool,
Mm-hmm.
and then I filmed a bunch of like rolling clips of you on the freeway.
That was fun. I raced a Corolla
You also raced a
on the
Chrysler
freeway
300C.
on the I-5.
You
on the
raced a
5.
Chrysler 300C. It was hilarious. I filmed it. It's on your camera.
To be honest, I thought he was going to win. This car's not that fast, but I fucking, dude, I didn't even
You
downshift.
smoked his ass.
Yeah, I wasn't even flooring it.
Dude, he almost hit a guardrail too. It was-
On the
you guys
off ramp?
didn't see- Yeah. It was
It was
mad
a
sketchy.
closed course part of I-5 that we actually closed off as police permitted. And I
Dude, he wanted
raced him.
Look,
Yeah.
you were cruising. He wanted to smoke. You had to give it to him. That's just how it works.
He had a shit-eating fucking grin. It made me smile. So I was like, all right, man, I'll give you the beans.
I'll give you the full beans.
I'll fucking floor it right here, dude.
So
But yeah, we were racing around. Fucking, we went to. It's like this like pretty cool drive-in with a cool neon sign with like old school cars. There's like there's like a two-door Lincoln Continental, like Mustangs, like
Aaron-
old school muscle cars.
Aaron rolls up and gets swarmed.
Right up my alley. Like I love old school cars, man. There's
Yeah.
like some lowriders. I was like, fuck, that was my first love of cars, by the way. For the record.
Lowriders?
Lowriders was for sure. That's why
We saw some sick lowriders down here.
Oh man, I know. This is like where it all started, man.
You have to come to King of the Streets in San Francisco when
So-
they have that, because like we got.
Dude,
some
say
homies-
nothing. I'll go like right now.
Yeah, King of the Streets in
Like-
San Francisco. Like you'll have it. It's like a
Mm.
day too. Everybody's like day drinking on the streets.
I'm down. Let's go. I didn't even know about it. I
Yeah,
don't think
we-
you even mentioned it to me.
No, yeah,
but
we need to do
super fucking down.
that. I've been a couple times. It's a time. Everybody's just like cruising mission. Like it's a full blown vibe.
Dude, but let me just say, like, whenever I take my drift car places, I don't really expect much. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. It's kind of ridiculous looking and like, very distinct kind of style that we're into. And when we roll up to this meet, I was expecting all the kind of old timers to kind of hate or whatever, but everyone was like really friendly.
It was
There was,
half
like,
and half.
I'm sure it was half and half, but I decided to focus on the positive
Yeah,
because
that's
I'm
good.
so used to the negative
Yeah.
in Washington. Like when I pull up anywhere with this car, because it is street registered, like I was saying. Most of the old timers appreciate the candy paint. They ask if it's wrap, and I'm like, no, I candy painted it myself. Blah blah blah. So they all appreciate it because obviously, Model
Yeah.
A guys, hot rod guys, roadster guys, like all like to candy paint their cars. Like it's
Yeah.
pretty popular.
Yeah.
So it's a topic conversation. The paint itself. The stickers, I'm sure, and the style, the wheels, the doors, I'm sure they're all like, what the fuck is this shit? It's a motherfucking UFO. But like, motherfucking spaceship. But like,
Yeah. What's this?
they
What's
were
this
all really,
alien
they were
doing?
all pretty friendly, and like all the kids were hyped. So no, it was a really cool experience. Like I'm really glad we did it. And then let's talk about, dude, your girl took amazing film photos. Laura Rose took amazing film photos of my car, but is it Angelus Crest?
Angels.
Angels? Is it? I thought it was Angelus. Is it Angelus Crest?
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I had to fly home for work.
Which is insane. It's been
So
such
like
a
I was
hectic
like,
week.
I don't know. There, like
Yeah.
stuff was really hectic. I didn't really want to like tell home yet. I knew there was like we had the possibility to drive and like see some more people that we wanted to see. And
Yeah, you flew home for a couple days. That went by like.
Yeah, I flew home for 2 days.
Yeah.
Went into the office, handled some biz. Because it's not all fucking pulling your drift car into the barracks. Like, we gotta.
You gotta make this
cars and
cheddar.
you gotta make money and be able to pay your bills and
get this bread.
Exactly. So I flew home. You guys did that shoot, which I'm kind of bummed because like it would have been really cool to have like both of us up there.
I know, but at the same time, I feel like, dude, it's so sketchy.
That was like one of the coolest pieces of like automotive content I've seen in like a long time.
Well, like what an honor, honestly. For first and foremost, I didn't understand where we were going. They were just like, hey, we got this cool canyon we're going to. When I got there, I had seen it in videos. I've seen it in drift videos. I've seen it in YouTube fail videos. I've seen like just super famous canyon drive.
Yeah. And you obviously wanted to drift it.
Yeah, I mean, there might have been a corner that I like fucked around on, but I was like, man, there was a few there was a few cops up there, and I was like,
there was also like
that might be
the rule was don't drift.
That might be worth getting arrested for. It was so fucking gorgeous, man. Like, it's so gorgeous up there. Like, we're above the clouds. Like, it's like however many, couple thousand, 3,000 feet.
Yeah.
But dude, what an honor. Like, going up there with like great people and like your girl Laura shooting the car. Like, Jesus Christ, man, she's so talented. And like, that was definitely a core memory unlocked. Like, I want to go back and like drift there, but at the same time, it's sketchy. You got to be safe too. I was kind of pussyfooted a little bit, but it's okay. Like, I just wanted to have a good time. I wasn't trying to go get in trouble too much. But,
yeah. So you guys do that.
We do that.
I come back.
You fly home from SF, which is nuts that you had to fly home. That's like very responsible of you. You left your car, truck, trailer down here.
Gotta keep work happy.
Yep. Do some damage control at work. Came back, and then I think we had like 1 day to relax, 2 days to relax.
We went to the Comedy Store.
That was when we went to the Comedy Store. Right when you got, you surprised us with that.
Yeah, I bought everybody.
You bought us the tickets, which thank you so much, man. That was like another, for the record, I'm also like a giant comedy fan. Me and Palmer both are. I listen to comedy podcasts at work every single day. I watch a lot of stand-up, so that was amazing. Going to the Comedy Store, so much history in comedy there. Yeah, he surprised us with that. So we go there, and at the end of the show, like, we go out to the Comedy Store bar that's outside on the strip.
Yeah, and we got to see a bunch of people. We got to see like Ron Funches, Ian Edwards,
Jeff
Wendy
Ross.
Cummings, Jeff Ross, a bunch of people.
Wendy Cummings killed it. She did really well.
Yeah, it was sick. There was like another show that had Bobby Lee and Neil Brennan that I really would have loved to see, but it was sold out.
Yeah, fuck. But I think Paulie did a set on one of the rooms too, because when I saw him off in the corner, and I wasn't gonna go say anything because I don't want to be that guy with a celebrity. But I literally
so like timid, but also like really wanted to.
I'm pretty shy. I've been getting better about it, but like, dude, when it comes to like meeting people, I'm not really shy about that. But like, when I saw Pauly Shore, I was like, fuck, man, I can't go say it. But I'm gonna be that guy. Like, but then Kendall and Palmer are both like, no, just fucking go do it, blah blah blah. And like, you guys bullied me into it, and I'm really thankful for that, because I ended up telling Pauly, I was like, I appreciate what you and your mom, Mitzi Shore, who owned the Comedy Store before she passed, brought up a lot of comics and trained them, and they did a lot for comedy. Like, you get, their history speaks for itself. But I also, my dad, I grew up on watching Pauly Shore's movies like Son-in-Law and Encino Man, In the Army Now, all those movies. So I went up and told him probably the same fucking thing everybody tells them. But I also told him, like, I appreciate what you and your mom did for comedy.
Yeah, that's sick.
And he kind of had this look. I was like, all right, maybe that resonated, but I don't know. He's a celebrity, so he probably hears this shit all the time. But I was glad I stepped out of my comfort zone and said something, because I was like, I would regret, like, when the fuck are you gonna see Pauly Shore again? I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of wish I said. Like, I listen to Bobby Lee probably like once a week easily.
I do too. Him and
he's just like walking around.
Andrew Santino. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Andrew.
Yeah.
But I listen to them.
I listen to way more. I listen to comedy podcasts more than I like watch drifting shit. I really don't watch like YouTube vlogs or anything. Like I like, it's like comedy podcasts and like whatever clips I catch on IG.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For me, it's like a lot more skateboarding and comedy. Comedy's first, skateboarding, and then drifting. And just because drifted for so long. We're kind of just out doing it and training.
Yeah, so it was
and
dope to go to the
teaching and,
comedy store and like.
kind of, you got to have some balance in life too, you know what I mean? You don't want to get too burned out. There's a tip for that ass. Have some other passions as well a little bit, you know? Have a little bit of balance. But
Yeah.
But that was amazing, man. Thank you again. Fuck,
Of course.
that was so cool.
Yeah, I'm glad we got to do that, and then we got to go to like the like famous like the what is it, Rainbow?
We went to the Rainbow. Yeah.
It's like some famous like rock
Yeah.
bar that like all the fucking rock people who go to the Roxy like go eat at like beforehand or whatever, and there's like signed shit from like everyone there.
Dude, they had like, you know, Lemmy from Motorhead statues everywhere and like signed memorabilia and guitars and anything you could imagine from anyone. It was insane.
It was pretty sick.
Pretty fucking sick.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
We like ate there.
Yeah, we ate there and hung out for a while, looked at all the art.
I got an open-faced tuna.
I think I had some Chimkin Swimps. Yeah.
I had one of yours.
Yeah, it was really good.
And then we pretended, because there was like a dude eating by himself, and then we pretended to give each other like eyes from another table. Like, see who could do it better. Aaron's way better. He's got long hair. He doesn't have to do much, you know.
Yeah, I just flick my hair around and wink. It's pretty fucking easy. I don't know what I'm doing.
It was cool.
I don't know how to flirt. What the fuck? But when it comes to my homies, I can flirt, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, so yeah, that was amazing. And then
we did that.
Dude, there's
I
probably
don't
shit.
remember what we did on the weekend.
There's probably shit we're forgetting, but we went to the beach. It was like, it's been overcast down here, but going to the beach overcast was Malibu. I've never been to Malibu.
Yeah.
All I could think about was fucking Jamie Kennedy.
Welcome
and like
to the
B-Rad
blue.
G. Yeah, he's like, it ain't much.
B-Rad is rad.
Ain't much, but that's all I got. It's fucking, I have a signed fucking, I went to a Jamie Kennedy stand-up and he signed, he had, you know when he's standing up on top of the car with the Uzi,
Yeah.
blasting all them because he thought it was a fake gun.
Yeah.
He signed that for me and I met him
No way.
at a fucking stand-up after the show. I hung out with him and he signed it and it's hanging up on my wall.
That's sick.
So going to Malibu was extra special.
Malabute.
For Rizio. Anyways, so we went to Malibu.
That's
the
actually
beach.
a really good. That might be Jamie Kennedy's best movie.
I think it's his best movie. Actually, not a lot of people know that he was actually in Bowfinger with Steve Martin and Eddie Murphy. He was
Not a lot of people know Bowfinger.
that movie's fucking amazing. It's like from 98 or 99 and it's really good, but check it out. Steve Martin's like a fake movie director and he fakes it till he makes it and they make a movie. And Jamie Kennedy's
seen
in
it.
that movie. You have?
Yeah.
Yeah, we get each other.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. Kind of a movie buff myself. But yeah, so and then so we decided
You
to
say a
do
movie about yourself because you fake it till you make it.
No, I said I'm a movie buff myself,
Oh.
like you are.
Yeah, true.
If you've seen Bowfinger, you're a fucking movie buff.
Yeah, or you're old.
Or that. Or we're getting old.
Fuck.
I was like a little ass kid when I saw that. My dad had good taste in movies. But then we do a test and tune at Grange, AVS. I
Yeah,
still call
well,
it
you pretty
Grange.
much like work on cars like a bunch.
Every day, which is
Yeah.
fine. That's like normal for me. I like it. It's enjoyable.
Yeah.
You know, for the longest time I thought I hated working on cars, but it's actually like, I guess I don't.
Cathartic.
Well, the reason why I like working on cars is because drift cars. Because then you know at the end you'll get the satisfaction of them drifting better, ideally.
Yeah.
So that's why I like it. But anyways, we do a test and tune at Grange the other day. And how'd that go for you? It was an interesting slippery day.
Yeah, it was like really icy, or I don't know, like
The track temps are probably pretty hot.
yeah, and I don't know if like
Slippery.
my tire pressure was weird or whatever, but I was ice skating, but I was
Yeah.
also entering fourth, like high fourth.
Yeah,
no,
you're doing like
no
high
clutch
fourth.
kick feint.
Yeah, full throttle feints. Which, by the way, I want to say that's my first time doing clutchless feints at Grange was with you. I was chasing you, and you were kind of getting me on because we have a little bit different gearing. You'll click fourth. And I can't click
always
fourth.
clutchless feint at ABS.
That's sick. I think I noticed that in some old Flash videos. I could hear it. But, yeah, that was cool because I hadn't got to practice that there because I'm usually, I don't know, I was playing catch up a little bit, so I like clutchless to be a little bit faster to swoop in on you. And I really trust you. I feel like
Yeah.
we've really driven enough
also-
together now that like we have this telepathy going on, I feel like.
doing
Like-
doing tandem clutchless 90-degree entries at AVS is pretty fucking gnarly.
That's pretty top tier feeling as far as like
it feels
a good,
like when you get
good
them,
feeling.
But it's like
drift.
it's high risk, honestly.
Yeah, but
I went off a bunch.
We were both.
I ate my fresh bumper that you painted. I'm sorry.
I know. It's crazy how retired I am now. I don't paint anymore. It's insane. I might come out of retirement for you just for the homies.
Yeah. I feel fucking corny for destroying shit already, but
it's not even corny. It's like, I don't know.
I was driving really. I was like definitely trying to push that day.
I was gonna say I don't know if it was like past your limits because your limits are pretty, in my opinion, are pretty far. I don't know that you're pushing past your limits, but like when you're going hard, you fuck up, and it's part of it. It's not even embarrassing. It's just like you're pushing. Like
the first time I went off, I learned a lesson, which was I was trying to go from fourth to second, and in that time that it takes to shift from fourth to second, and then also the wheel speed you have in second gear as you're flying in, it doesn't do anything. Like if you just jam second from fourth, you can't dig out because your car's moving faster than your wheels are going to do anything. And also like it's that like split second of dead slide that like you've already lost the front end. And so that was like that the first time that I went off and I hit the bumper, that was it. I was trying to go from fourth to second. That's my fault. Later in the day, it was like really icy, but like later in the day, I was trying to I was starting in second gear from the hairpin.
Around the hairpin onto the straight.
And clicking third and then clicking fourth, like trying to like rev it out. Like I don't know how fast we're going at that point, but like
you're pushing faster than you had before.
Yeah. I was like, but I was like, I don't know, for some reason I was just like really comfortable and like trying to push. And
I think it was such a chill day. We don't really often get, I mean, together in general. Usually when we're driving together, we're at some crazy hectic event, or like, you know, we had the Evergreen private day with the team we did, where that was really chill. And you know, it's just,
that's a rarity though.
It's a rarity because of us living kind of far away, I feel like. But I guess in general, because even like other members of the team,
like testing tunes.
Yeah, other members of the team, you guys aren't getting together and doing private days that often. We talk about it all the time, but it ends up being like once we get our cars together, we're going to go jam these bigger events, whether it's for like, you know, whatever event it is or sponsors or whatever. But it's a rarity, so I feel like we were comfortable. There's only like 6 drivers, so we're just like, let's just go as hard as we can. And no, it was sick. A couple things worth mentioning is I was borrowing a welded diff from Nikki because my clutch type was worn out. The clutches were burned, and so the car wouldn't load up proper on the feint. And I noticed a giant difference. Like going from welded to clutch type, I did notice a difference. I'm like faster in like shallow drift. I can like keep up with you better than I ever was able to, and Jason, because you guys are like crazy fast in shallow drift. Like
we're both welded,
which. Yeah, it's nuts. I don't even understand how you guys are so fast exiting corners shallow. Like that's where you guys would always ditch me in the past. And when I got the clutch type, I could keep up with you guys in that shallow drift kind of exiting corner condition. But I throw the welded back in because I didn't want to come down with like a burned LSD. I'd rather just have a welded just to be consistent. So shout out Nikki for letting me borrow her welded. And I noticed how much less control I had over 90. Like when I got backwards.
It's because you can't like play with the clutches,
and that's what I always do. I'm clutched in, and I'll throttle, and then like clutch back in, and I'll kind of catch it and feel it, and then full throttle if I can. You know what I mean? If the car's set right, if I catch it right. And I noticed like with the welded, since it doesn't open up and you get that like other wheel spinning backwards to grip up, I couldn't be smooth. So you kind of have this shimmy, you know, when you're full throttling after the backy, and you shimmy, and it was cool and, you know, it was fun, but I don't count that as like landing it. I'm so fucking picky on entries now. My favorite part of an entry is like the way you enter, like the feint, how you load up, and then the exit. I feel like anybody can just like, you and Julian talked about it already, but we all kind of see eye to eye on like anyone can just like enter the corner, e-brake and go backwards. For me, it's like the load up, the start of the entry, and then the end. In the middle, everyone can kind of do that shit nowadays and go backwards. But it's like, did you land it? Just like you guys talked about on the pod with Julian. Like, it's like, but for me, my favorite personal part is the load up, the feint, because that like separates people for me. I like notice that shit. You know what I mean? Like, which I can do pretty well with the welded, but once you get over 90 and you're backwards and you're trying to manipulate grip, the car just felt really jittery and annoying and pushing the front end around. So I can't wait to go back to a clutch type for sure. Definitely on the list.
Yeah, I need to try it.
But yeah, your car's gonna be fucking insane. You're already fast with it. It's gonna be insane with a clutch type.
I did some pretty cool entries behind you when we were like tandem 90, and I was like right there, like on brakes, like trying not to hit you, pretty much like into the first corner. But like that infield section, you were just walking me every time.
Dude, that like with you is the only time I've had the sensation of like I'm leading and like over 90, and if I look back and I see you floating over 90 with me, and if I don't floor it, you're gonna crash into me.
Yeah.
And I just start laughing and then floor it, and we always seem to make it. But like it's the craziest fucking feeling to be backwards, like you're doing a solo run, and look back and you're floating into me. It's like fucking huge penis, you know?
Dude, the fucking wildest thing was I was leading. I kept blowing off in lead. I don't know what was up. I was just trying to go fast or something. I don't know. But one time I went off, dropped 2. Oh, stay in it. You pass me, and then my car is literally like board sliding the edge of the track. I somehow find the grip to like jump back onto the track, and we finish the run, and I like chase you down.
So I was, dude, literally, that was the craziest shit ever, because so first of all, my car's set up that like if you're in big angle, if you're off throttle, you're going off or you're crashing. Like, so I look back, it's so like against your instinct from when we were younger to like, you know, you're going off track, you want to like slow down or brake, and I just go, if I don't throttle, we're crashing for sure. Because you go half off, and I'm like, so I throttle, my car lunges forward because it's set up to bite forward really hard, right? Yeah. So you just trust and floor it, and I'm like, so you're like I'm flooring it at you to not hit you, which is like, I'm, you know,
doesn't make any sense.
We're used to it by now, but like, it's like, yeah, it's fucking crazy, but it worked luckily, and I didn't fucking smoke both of our shit.
Yeah.
And then I look back, and I'm on the right side, right? So I'm looking right back at you, and I see half of your car fucking off track, shooting dust up because you're fucking flooring it like a maniac. And I see you hop back up onto the track and floor because your car has so much bite. It was, dude, literally, I look back and you're and I kept in drift luckily. Cords. I don't even understand. It was fucking nuts. And you like jump back on track, and I was like, that's that fucking energy I like. And like you shot back into me and got on my door, and I was like, I literally in that run, I yelled "what the fuck" at the top of my lungs 3 times. I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Dude. Sick dick.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was amazing.
That was a good time.
Yeah. That was the highlight of the event for me. You doing that was
I'm happy we got to drive like ABS and just like fuck around. Cause like Feel Fest, it was like 30 minutes per run. You're like waiting, and then you'll get to the very front of the line, and it's like fucking monster trucks. Like they had like a monster truck you could like pay to ride in, so they go load the whole thing up, and then like they're drive around the drift track, and then like fucking drop everybody off, and they can't like let you go until everybody's like out of the like, you know,
that was kind of
the pit.
That was kind of what I meant by the hurry up and wait, is what he just said. You're kind of waiting like 20-30 minutes per run.
You like get to the front of the line, and then like the desert running buggy like comes out and like does donuts, and which is kind of sick.
It was sick. I feel like that's, you know, we're jaded by the type of events we drive, and the way we like to drift is like
is just go.
Just fucking go.
Because like at ABS, we only drove for the last hour, but we probably did like 40 laps.
That's the thing, is like when I get to the track, I don't know about you, like, or anybody else, I think you're like me, like I don't get to the track and immediately I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go. I'm like, my brain's rebooting. Like, my brain's like, I know I drive to the last fucking minute, the last run of the day.
Yeah,
I like driving at the end of the day.
We shut down the track at ABS. Like Pat rolled out in the gator and like shut us down. Like I was like, I'm going until he says stop.
Literally, that's how we all are. We're all kind of the same in what we like, and I don't know why, but that's just always my favorite, is the end of the day. So I'm never in a rush. When I get to the track, I'm chilling, helping other friends out, in their cars, whatever. Because at the end of the day, we just go fucking as hard as we can to the last run, and it's always the best every time and never fails. Always the best of the day. So I tell media guys that too. You know.
Yeah.
To, you know, for any media people watching, like,
Like we're
Don't
gonna go
waste
out,
all your
we're gonna go out
batteries.
at golden hour and go drive crazy.
Don't waste all your like even the drone guy that came that was newer to drifting. He like wasted all. He told us he was wasted all his batteries and stuff the first hour, and I was like, man, those are the worst runs. We're kind of, we try to go hard immediately, but at the same time
we're still figuring it out.
We're playing with different. We're constantly always playing with setups and
no
tires.
One's doing their best run of the day first lap out.
Well, that's my goal. That's my goal, but fucking never happens. I don't know. I still suck ass, but fucking yeah. First step's admitting it, right, kids?
Yeah, you're pretty mid.
Yeah, but catch my drift. Yeah, end of the day is always the best.
So ABS, I went off a bunch.
Yeah.
But I also did some like nasty baggies. I was pretty happy about.
Yeah, there's one.
My trunk was like broken. And, my trunk lash was broken on. I was like, wow, am I the first like E36? Because like there's all these like S chassis clips or like JZX clips of like the trunk like flopping as people are driving, and I was like, I don't think I've ever seen like an E36 with like the trunk latch broken.
Yo, that was honestly comedy chasing you, because I was like up your fucking poop chute and your trunk's flapping around, and then you hit like a bump and the whole rear of the car jumped up like 6 inches. It was just, everything was so hectic. I was like, that's that fucking shit I like.
It was a very hectic hour.
Super hectic. That 2 sessions, I guess. It wasn't 1 session. It was just fucking...
We both ran out of gas and we had to go fill it.
Yeah. At separate times, like immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was just gold. Fucking good shit, dude.
Yeah.
Perplexing penis. Sick dick.
Yeah, so we came down here. We got involved in some stuff.
Some shenanigans
for sure.
Yeah, and the week's not over, but I mean, we'll see. I don't know. You never know.
Yeah.
We go day by day and just kind of wing it, live in the moment and see what happens.
We did the pod, to talk about it.
Yeah.
We said, come down, see what happens, do some shit, drive when we can, see what events pop up.
Yeah, man. Super go with the flow, and it's just really fun.
Yeah.
It's really fun just winging it.
Is it nice, like, being, like, taking a break from life and, like...
Mm-hmm. Nice escape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we all got, like, stuff going on in our lives and shit, and it's nice to, like, separate that from...
Yeah. It's not necessarily, like, a distraction, but it's more of a reconcentration of, like, why we're doing what we're doing, and a reevaluation of, like... Yeah, I'm into this no matter what. It's not a distraction. It's like what I'm staying focused on and doing, and for the right reasons, It just, I don't know. For me, it's crazy being 14 years in and being more obsessed and passionate than I've ever been, really.
Yeah.
As I'm saying, I don't watch it as much. I do watch it almost every day, but like drifting, but I feel more obsessed and motivated than ever. And I think it has a lot to do with like driving with you guys and just the weird shit we keep getting into. I don't know. It's like, it's really motivational. I feel more like hungry than ever. I don't know.
So
it's
like
crazy.
Go with the flow energy, but also like try as hard as you can to like progress and do better.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I did drive my car on the freeway here.
Oh yeah, for the record, he did.
I threw my streetcar plates on.
It's pretty cool hearing it. I saw the video. It's cool hearing it cruise on the freeway.
I did a pull and I was like, I need to take this thing back right now. Like I was like, I'm gonna do some dumb shit.
That's the thing. You're always like, I'm gonna drive like a grandma, and then when you get your drift car on the street, you never drive like a grandma. You're like, you get silly. You race fucking Corollas and 300Cs.
I did a pull, and I had like a bunch of people pull up to me with like thumbs up. Did you
end up racing anybody on a closed course?
No, I didn't race anyone on a closed course, but I did do a pull. My car like backfires a lot because it has like fuel dump on off throttle.
Dude, speaking of which, fucking continue, but Laura drove his car and was making it backfire like crazy. She was just messing around like first gear stuff. She's literally learning
how to do donuts and
yeah, outside of your car, hearing it pop off like that, because normally when you're driving it, you're not on limiter too much. If you are, it's, I don't know. Hearing it backfire like that and pop off, I was like, Jesus Christ, this thing sounds fucking nuts. I can see why people
crazy.
I can see why people think it's like a Formula D car. From outside perspective, it sounds nuts. Like,
yeah.
But watching your girl do donuts and learning it, that was a really fucking wholesome ass moment. That was really cool.
She didn't give up.
You guys are out there for a while. Yeah, you guys are out there for a while. It wasn't just like one.
We burned like probably half a set of tires.
Yeah, which is amazing. Like
Yeah,
that
that's
was
dope.
that was really fucking cool. Really cool to see. She was shit eating and grinning.
Yeah,
Shit eating and grinning. Yeah, it was
cool.
cool. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. But yeah, your car sounds fucking nuts. Backfiring like that really makes me want to JZ again. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
But these days, I don't know. I was considering like, Julian's, S chassis loyalty Julian's, the GET. I don't know. It seems like a good option nowadays. I know a lot of people are doing it, but nothing really replaces a VVTi 1J. But
Nope.
shit, those sound so good.
I know. I need to stock up.
Yeah, dude, you've been going a long time on that setup too.
Yeah.
Like beating the hell out of it.
6 years.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think I'm a little concerned that my head gasket's going because it is getting hot.
Cooling. Yeah.
That last session, I was shooting a bunch of black stuff out the wastegate dump,
Mm-hmm.
so that's a little scary. But
I mean, dude, I was gonna say too. I almost forgot. So one run, you airdropped me a bunch of clips that homeboy sent you.
the dude from Terra Crew, I guess.
Yeah. So there's one run you're like backwards and you floored it, and popped a couple times, like pedaled it, and then your tire like hung off the edge of the track. And the edge of the track now is so gnarly, especially at the end of the entry at Grange.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So it's brutal. It's dangerous. You could like, break your wheel, break your control arms. Like it's sketchy now. And this motherfucker's like backwards flooring it, like tire off the edge of the track, saves it. He's wearing his white sunglasses. I'm like, holy shit, what a vibe. Like the ones from the pool shoot.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. I just had to say, like, I was impressed. That was sick. That was sick as fuck. And like half
I
the
think I
time
need
your
to wear
trunk's hanging off
glasses
the-
when I'm drifting though, because like I think I kept blowing off track because I didn't have like depth perception.
It's a thing. I have that at night.
I was like, I'm gonna wear my cool sunglasses because I'm wearing a open face helmet for the first time, and I was like, yeah, I should probably wear my glasses next time.
Yeah, that was impressive. But yeah, you should wear those all the time. You should
Drifting.
just sleep in them,
There's
wake
like-
up in them,
there's-
shower in them,
There's
drift in them.
There's a clip where I like literally blow off track backwards, and there's just like a cloud of dust. And I like drive back on track, and like Taco was filming, and he like puts the camera up to me, and I was like, "Did I go off?" I can't wait to see that clip, dude.
There's like a fucking rooster tail of dirt. Did I go off?
No, there's like a cloud, like, and I'm just like driving back on track,
Oh
and
my
like literally like
God.
covering the track in dirt. And I'm like, did I go off?
Yeah, man. Grange dust never goes away.
No.
I've pulled an engine and like pressure washed a band and still found dirt before.
Yeah,
my
there's
old
some. I
car.
don't know. Like, have you seen Beverly Hills Cop 2, where he like,
Of course.
you know how he like finds out like where the shit is because of the like dirt on the shoes?
Yep. It's like that red dirt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I love that movie.
Yeah, the movie's great. But like, I think about that and cringe. I'm like, if anyone ever needs to know like that a crime went down, like
Yeah.
Grange dust.
Yeah. Don't do it.
Take that to the lab, dude.
Don't do it in the Mojave. You ain't gonna
In
get
the
away
high,
with it.
The high desert.
Yeah, you ain't gonna hide that dirt.
Ugh.
There's gonna be dirt on you.
Yeah, so it's pretty dope. Like
Yeah.
getting to do all this like wild shit, and
We may or may not do more driving, but we got some more stuff coming up soon, so we kind of need to pace ourselves. But at the same time, it's kind of hard to not get carried away hanging out with you. We always end up getting into crazy shit and like
yeah,
winging it, and like
yeah,
man, fucking
just
doubt it.
impulsive humans doing impulsive things.
Yeah, no regrets.
Yeah, off track passes. I've never. I don't know. Yeah, doing like full throttle clutchless feints in tandem.
I don't get to practice that a lot, so thank you.
Yeah,
It's really nice to be able to like trust somebody to practice that with, like, and obviously like everyone on the team we can do that with, but like everyone's in different stages. We just refreshed
Jason's
Sam's
rebuilding his car.
Jason's
Sam's-
rebuilding, chassis swapping.
yeah,
I think everyone
yeah,
knows by
Jason's
now what's
chassis
going on with Jillian's cars, so it's like
Yeah.
we're all kind of in these stages. But once we all get back together, we'll be able to go pretty fucking hard all together. But in the meantime, yeah. But I
Yeah.
feel like it's gonna be to the point where we're gonna need all this fucking love. Our cars are gonna need everything.
yeah, and
we're
everybody
gonna-
else is like
everyone's
fresh. and we're
ready
like,
to rock.
I need a break, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, I definitely, I'm gonna have my buddy Bryden build a whole other engine and do maybe a top mount G series on an SR. So I got a whole bunch of shit I'm trying to do really soon. I just got like the heat maker rear knuckles on with the GK Tech bushings and all that. So I find this is my first time having this car.
All the baby built stuff.
Yeah, dude, like You got baby built gussets, Giga deck bushings, heat maker knuckles. Like fuck,
Yeah.
this thing's finally feeling like tight. And yeah, but now the engine like needs love, so it's yeah, I need to pull the engine and probably put this in another car. I might put this whole setup in another car and then do like a top mount G series.
You're trying to make like 400 or something?
Yeah, I don't know, you guys are fast. We're all like pretty fast, but like I want to be on the same level, all around 400 would be nice. Because right now I like always have boost issues. I was running low boost most of the day, but when I run high boost it has like 375 or whatever on race gas, but you guys are fucking fast. I'm trying to, I don't know, I feel like if we're all like kind of the same level, it'll be nice. So I'm trying to level my car up a little more, but it's been really good. Bryden built a good engine. Been beating the fuck out of it for 3 years, so.
Yeah, it's nice to have friends that can help you with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I do a ton of paint work for him. Repainted his whole car, fiberglass shit, custom fenders, all kinds of shit. So we kind of scratch each other's backs, so it's cool. But yeah, it's time.
It's funny because my back's on my engine.
Well, that's funny because I'm fucking retired. I'll come out of retirement for you, like I said. We're about to, man.
I don't know what's up next for me. I gotta figure that out. I keep being like, this is what I'm gonna do, and then I just completely change my whole plan.
Like events happen, and then you're just like, fuck. But I feel like we got a little mini refresh, half-ass refresh. I feel like it's time to like go off on your car and do some like crazy shit.
I think the M3 probably has 100 drift days on it.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm in line for the Magic livery. I don't know when that's gonna happen. Probably 2025. Based on like
they ain't ready.
How should it be? But
gonna come out hard 2025.
But I don't know if I can keep like. Yeah, my chassis has seen some shit by now.
If there's, I don't know, I was really excited for refreshing Sam's car, I guess, for the first time, having his car be like a debut like team car. But you and Jason specifically, like really deserve a nice refresh. You guys have like beat the fuck out of your cars for so long, and they haven't looked like perfect in so long. It's time. Like I want to really go off on both of your guys' cars.
That'd be cool.
We have some crazy plans. I have some ideas in my head that I'm not even gonna tell you yet, but and we can't tell the people
leak it
yet.
here.
We can't leak it here,
No.
even though it's your shit. No, we're not gonna leak it. We're gonna go pretty fucking hard. It's gonna be sick. And I like to collab with Michael, with D-Magic on.
Dude,
I'm like trying to paint for the team more and stuff, so I'm trying to collab. Like we kind of go back and forth on some ideas, and like, with Sam's car it was fun because we kind of improv'd as we went.
Yeah,
like doing tattoo work or something.
Yeah,
I was like, hey,
cool.
let me try this. What do you think of this?
Yeah, because they do that like in the tattoo world. Like two tattoo artists will like collab on somebody's like back piece or whatever. I've seen that quite a bit.
Yeah, exactly. So I like, I've watched that stuff and, admire that kind of artistic freedom they have. And like,
yeah,
I really take inspiration from that world on this kind of stuff because we're just doing silly artwork on cars and that's the canvas of the car, so it's like, it's really fun going back and forth with Michael because he's got a unique perspective in design and vinyl, and I got a unique perspective on the hot rod and lowrider and candy and like, and design work.
Yeah, it just comes out ridiculous. Like,
yeah, so it's like that. My favorite shit, dude, is just, I don't know, me and Michael working together on stuff. I want to do it more, explore it more, So
yeah, I mean, you just look at like your interior versus like the rest of ours. Your like interior is.
Well, that's fucking thanks to Casey, man. Street Creature Casey, like he's going off. This is just this red dash. If anyone's seen it, it's just a vinyl dash right now. It's a temporary dash, and it's the craziest dash I've ever had. Fully stitched, fitted. It's not a matte, a cover, nothing. And we're about to do a real Ferrari red leather hide, like actual Ferrari leather that they use.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's gonna be nuts. I'm so excited for it. We're gonna tie in the door cards and like, dude, I don't know. I don't know.
Show car shit.
Yeah, like crazy shit, man.
It's
but thanks
cool
to like
it was
really
cool
good
to watch
friends,
you down here like at the Bob's meet, like walk around and just be like just as hyped on like other people's stuff, and be like, oh, look at this, look at that. Like, I don't know, it's cool. Like you were like a genuine like automotive like build and like I don't know, like it's art. Well, it's an art form.
I don't know, man. Like I grew up like I was saying, I grew up on lowriders and not muscle cars or nothing like that. My dad wasn't into cars. I got into it on my own. And then a neighbor that mentored me, I kind of got into like Z cars and like Datsuns and
Your dad wasn't into it at all?
No, he's not into cars at all. My uncle is into European cars, but he's in New York. So my dad
What was it? Like, what drew you to it?
I don't know. I think it probably started with old movies, maybe. I don't even know. The earliest memory I have is watching old movies of car chase scenes, or like, Jackie Chan's first strike. He's whipping the Evo into the parking spot.
Dude, that was so sick. Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it's like stuff like, I think subconsciously it's stuff like that. And then I don't know. It was earlier than like, everyone's got the cliche like Tokyo Drift or Fast and the Furious story, but like for me it was like just cars as early as I can remember. Like I remember like 2 years old with like Hot Wheels and making noises and skidding them, like making them slide and making car noises as a kid.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it was, or my big wheel at 2-3 years old in Texas, like sliding around. I've always wanted to slide stuff. It was just like a natural.
I can relate to that
as a toddler. And I don't know why. It was just cool. You're
power sliding on a skateboard was like my favorite thing to do.
Same. That's why my wheels always grind down to little. They start as like 54 mil and they go down to fucking like 30.
Yeah.
They're down to the
bearings. Yeah.
Yeah. But same with my bike. I used to take this bike and I had pegs on the right side, not to grind, but so that I could like slide down this hill and slide on the pegs. And
that's kind of savage. I would just grab her brake.
I'd blast this hill and slide on the pegs and get all fucked up in rotor rash, and my mom would get pissed. But I've like been sliding, and then I had a little 4-wheel kettle car or whatever they call them, like with an e-brake. I've just been sliding shit since I was like little. I don't even know what I was doing.
That's why you're so fucking good.
I'm obsessed. And it's 14 years into like drifting real cars, and I'm still just as obsessed. I don't understand it, but whatever. I don't fight it. Let's just fucking do it. Like, it's weird. But yeah, let's see where it takes us, man. It already took us to the fucking barracks this last week, so see where else it takes us. We're doing like pro demo stuff now. Like, what the fuck's happening? We're like grassroots guys.
Yeah,
we're just getting into these cool situations with cool people, and we're winging it. But it's a blast. I don't take it for granted. It's fucking insane. Don't feel worthy, but we're just having fun and like doing it. Drive as hard as we can, push each other. We've got this really healthy like team camaraderie with like pushing each other as hard as we can, not only in like vinyl paint, not only it's like from aesthetics to fucking actually performance. It's like fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know, it's really healthy. I've never experienced anything like it. Super honored to be on the team and just fucking push each other. Don't take it for granted at all.
No.
It's sick and super healthy. It's really unique. I haven't seen anything like it either. Like, special group of fucking weirdos.
Yeah, Jason hit me up yesterday. He's like, "Can you come wire my car like in a couple weeks?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it."
Yeah, and I'm talking to Jason about going and painting up the roof, doing like he saw Sam's car with the asymmetrical flame idea that I collabed with Julian, and now Jason's like, "Well, fuck, I was just gonna do black like sparkle, and now fuck, kind of want to do something." I was like,
"Yeah."
I was like, "Yeah, you have
we
me
all need hot rod roofs."
You literally have me literally
get the fuck out.
You literally have me willing to do whatever you want. Why would we just do a fucking glitter roof?
Hot rod lowrider roof, get the fuck out.
Dude, whatever you want, man. Like, that's what I'm here for, to help them.
I want that too. I saw Sam's car and I was like, fuck Sam. I want my shit sick. Just kidding. I was hyped for him.
Yeah, he's fucking hyped, man. Can't wait to see him ripping it. Watch him crash it.
Yeah.
Watch all that work just get fucked.
I was talking to you about OCD.
Oh man. About OCD, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to have really bad OCD.
I think drifting helps with OCD.
I would say it does, because it pushed me out of my comfort zone with my mental in general. I think drifting in like any sport, motorsport, extreme sport, anything is like, I don't know what percentage you want to agree it is, but a crazy mental battle. So I used to have, I know but I used to have this thing where like I'm on grid and I'm super nervous, like competing, whatever it is, pump the clutch pedal 3 times, put it in first gear 3 times. And then in my head, I was like, if I don't do that, the run won't work. I won't land it. I won't make it. I'll crash.
Straight up rituals.
I did that in skateboarding too, which is not uncommon.
In comp runs, I would roll my windows up and take 3 deep breaths.
3 deep breaths?
Yeah.
It's so weird. As a kid, I would do it like walking on the sidewalk. There's like the lines. I'd have to do 3 steps. Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, I had that too as a kid. So I agree with what you're saying, because drifting is the only thing in my life that's gotten me over OCD.
Yeah, because you build something so sick, and then you're like, I'm literally just gonna go crash it into my friends and laugh about it.
Not even that. I mean, yes, but for me, what it was is literally, you know, when you get up to grid, and sometimes you don't have the fucking time to pump the clutch pedal 3 times. Like, you get up to grid and they send you, and you're like, oh fuck, okay, and then you go.
Yeah.
So it started with that, and I was like, wait,
it was fine.
I just did the run and I was fine. It's all in my head.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, so then when I go do a run where I have time, I would challenge myself slowly. We're talking 10 plus years ago, where don't push the clutch pedal 3 times, don't put it in gear 3 times. And at the beginning, I fumbled, and I'm like, dude, this is literally all a mind game. And when I overcame that, I was so proud of myself and was like, what the fuck? All this shit is a mental, just a block and a mind game, and it's all in your head. And then I started treating like comps or like any run like you're just jamming with homies, and like everything got so much better. That was really close.
That was so smooth.
Dude, Loki just
walked under the tripod.
Just like laser shooting, duck under to steal the diamond that's in the middle of the... literally entrapment shit.
I already knew what you're gonna... I knew what
Dude, literally get out of me, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's a really... I wonder sometimes with other people if they have that as well with drifting. Like a kind of OCD or like a mental block. Yeah, drifting definitely helped me overcome that.
That's sick.
Yeah,
I had to adjust the lighting as stuff gets darker because it's
getting darker,
becoming evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, OCD. I don't know if I have OCD. I definitely like deal with obsessive thoughts and stuff sometimes when like drifting. You'll be like, oh god, like,
yeah.
But yeah, I think going out and like spending all this time on something and then just going and crashing it and laughing about it is like the most freeing thing you can do. It's like teaches you like don't worry about stuff.
It always works out in the end, right? It's like even when bad shit happens, that's so deeper, but like in life or drifting or anything, it always works out, right? Like it always, you build up this situation in your head where it's gonna be worse than it is. So I was super proud of seeing your car literally fucking like bursted out in flames, and you were like, all right, fuck, we got to deal with it. You weren't freaking out. You weren't running around. Laura was chilling like a rock in the fucking car. We didn't mention that, but she was chilling in the fucking car. So it's like, that goes to show.
She's like, well, I've seen like a lot of cars on fire at Drift Week.
Yeah.
And I was like,
that goes to show you. Yeah, a little bit of jadedness, but a little bit of like freaking out does nothing. It doesn't help you. So stay relaxed, and like, you always drift better, handle like stress better. But now it's like when we drift, we're blasting Grange as fast as you can go. I'm not even jittery anymore. It's like you're just driving normal.
Yeah,
it's like
I used
that.
to like get like that clutch. I know when I'm nervous because I can feel like my clutch foot like shaking on the clutch pedal.
Mm-hmm.
That's like when you have that adrenaline, and it's just kind of like not there anymore.
That's sick.
And like
that's good.
I don't know if it's like I went off pretty hard, and then it's like usually like if that were to happen, I'd be like driving back on the track, and my like my clutch pedal foot would be like shaking.
Well, naturally, yeah, you're human.
Now I'm just like,
I mean, it's a good thing, but it's also nice to have like a healthy fear of what could happen. Because if you don't respect that, like you get pretty fucked up. Like,
yeah.
But like we obviously know what can happen, and we have that healthy fear. We've been in bad wrecks, so it's like, as chill as we feel like we are, we still have that healthy fear of it, so we respect it. And then, you know, you're smart about it, but also stupid. Like we still try dumb shit, but I don't know. Like you're saying though, we really need to like maybe focus on safety a little more, like get better extinguishers in the cars, because like I'd be pretty pissed if I'm at a fucking dumpster takeover and my car light's on fire and that's how I lose the chassis. I'd be mad.
Yeah.
So my friends have been calling me Sideshow Earn now.
Yeah, I'm Sideshow Pawn.
Earn. Yeah, we took over the trash.
Cans.
We out here. Dumpsters.
Yeah, it was cool though. I don't know.
It was really fun. Like, really cool crowd. Like, I like experiencing new things. I'm not gonna do that shit on the street though. Fuck that. Like, don't do that shit. Like, it being permitted and shit was cool, but yeah, I want to see more of that. Like more of like those guys going to the track and like. Or like permanent areas. That was sick.
Yeah, so I followed one of them on IG, and he like goes to ABS.
See, that's cool.
And
like,
drifts, and I was like, oh, that's dope.
Seeing the world's blend, and then maybe they'll come off of that street
but
shit
it's like
that's
not
negative.
even like I don't know, like it's kind of like unfair because we started in street stuff, but it's like different. But I feel like we see
Mhm.
like a lot of like, okay, like this might be a little controversial and I might get some hate for this, but like
Ooh, hot take.
I think we see a lot of the negative stuff because that gets posted a lot and that like goes viral is like the like, you know, people with guns or fights or people running people over, which undeniably is absolutely fucked, like, and awful, right? But I think there are people who genuinely like do that stuff because they want to be good drivers and they want to spin tires and like they like want to drift and like maybe don't have access to things and they're figuring it out and that's like the only avenue they see at the time. I'm in no way saying that like it's a good way to do it or like something that I condone or like that I would go do myself, but I think there are people who are there that like are good people and like want to drift and like probably just don't have the right path to like get into events and whatnot, and they will eventually.
Yeah, I think
And I think there's also other people that are there just to like make problems. And I'm not saying that the thing that we went to was like a takeover or the takeover crowd or like, you know, because like it's hard to get an idea because we don't really like understand that world very well. Like in all honesty,
I don't
like,
at all. I don't at all.
I thought I did, and I like there's like a lot more to it than I thought.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's like a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just saying like I know way less about it than I thought I did. And that's kind of it.
Yeah, I mean, meeting some of those people, we don't know that that's what they do necessarily, but that was kind of the vibe of the style of the way they were driving.
Yeah.
So we're only speculating, but they were really friendly and they seemed like they genuinely were into what they were doing. And like they were stoked to go to this closed course to do it.
Yeah, they were like happy to be having
it was
somewhere
a
to
different
go.
perspective for us to see because from the outside looking in, we just see, like you said, the viral videos. So it's like, I mean, and that's, you know, it's a little hypocritical in a way because everyone talking shit did start on the streets. So it's just same but different. We're also being respectful, and a lot of us were being respectful, and like we're not fighting the cops, throwing shit at the cops, and like some people I know did, but I don't condone that. But I'm just saying, like, we ran from the cops when we were kids, and it's stupid. And I don't know. I appreciate you being neutral about it, like, because we saw a different take. We saw these guys like trying to get off the street and go do it somewhere permitted, and had a good time, and were super friendly, and it was like an event in just different worlds colliding.
Yeah.
And it showed that maybe some of them want to have car control and do it somewhere.
I mean, they all want to have car control.
Well, you know,
they all
they
want to
like,
have handles.
Yeah. But I don't know. Like, try to be open-minded. We don't condone that shit at all. But like takeover stuff. But matter of fact, I heard a couple people mad about the term takeover at that event. So like, we're learning as we go. I feel like
we might have been ignorant to that.
We might have been, and apologies to anybody watching that takes offense to that. We don't know. We're from a totally different fucking background in the world. We're trying to understand it. We're very open-minded and met some of these individuals, and we're super friendly and like hyped on them, man. You know, so But
I go fuck up a pit again.
Permitted and like on a closed course.
Yeah.
Not an intersection in the Bay, or LA, or Seattle.
I mean, no comment. Just kidding.
No, I'll never go.
Definitely off the streets.
No. Like, but like everyone I've heard in drifting that's like very open, you know, very outspoken about what's happening in like the streets and takeover stuff. There's a little bit of, well, you guys street drifted. Every single one of them. Like, all the OGs, dude, started in the streets. Almost every single one I've ever met. So it's like,
I think the argument's always that there's not people around.
But that's the difference. I was gonna say with drifting was like we were trying to go out in the middle of nowhere. Or like there's no people or cars to hit. We're not in the suburbs.
But at the same time, like anybody who's standing in the street while someone's doing donuts and they're not like us and can tell where a car is gonna go. Like that's on you.
Yeah, man, it's just all bad. I hope like more of those guys just go, because I've seen some stuff at Irwindale. I've seen some stuff at Evergreen. Some of those guys are getting off the streets and trying to like do stuff on the track.
I'm actually really curious to see where it goes.
Yeah, what if it's this weird hybrid world of like...
Well, I mean, like, yeah, Sonoma has like a lot of people from the streets that'll come out and like come to Sonoma Drift and stuff. That's pretty common.
Yeah, that'd be cool because it also gives us a bad rep when we're trying to like drive our drift cars around. They look at us like, oh, those are those guys that are gonna go do donuts and hit people and put people in danger and like fucking fight cops. So like that's why there's heat on drift.
I think a lot of the drift people are like the only reason they're upset about it is because they feel like they're getting lumped into that, and it's only negative as far as like the general population goes, right? So like,
well, that's why I was referring to some of the pro drivers that are outspoken about it that started in the streets. But that's the thing is like I'm not happy about it either, but you guys started in the streets. There's got to be a little like mutual understanding of like, how about instead of like bitching and complaining and fucking being so outspoken and swearing and yelling at them, why don't you show them or take them to the track or bring them to a private date and fucking instruct them?
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, because you fucking instruct. Why don't you fucking help? I don't know. I just get mad about people complaining all the time and then having no solutions.
Yeah.
But easier said than done. I'm just saying, like, that's why I'm really like open-minded and neutral, like about this event. I was like,
you're like, oh shit, okay.
It's another world. Let's understand it. And we're at a permanent closing.
Super fucking nice.
They were hyped on our shit. Like they were, you know what I mean? Like and we were hyped on some of their shit. So I was like, you're not going to catch me going to their...
There's people who could wheel there.
Yeah, exactly. There's car control there. So I was like, you're not going to catch me going to their fucking street shit if that's what they do. But like, because some of them had no plates and they're driving around. So I was like, all right, you're not going to catch us there, but I'm open-minded. And I would love to teach them, or if they came out to the track, or, you know what I mean? Like, help them out instead of just bitching and complaining. You know what I'm talking about. But I don't care anymore. Fuck this week. It's annoying, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think's next for you? That's a tough question, I know.
So deeper, but
I'm gonna let you talk, and I'm gonna adjust this lighting one more time.
All right.
But what's next for you, Aaron? Sideshow Aaron.
What's next for me is it's pretty simple. I'm a pretty simple man. Just trying to be happy and stay motivated in drifting and find balance in everything that I'm doing and try to keep pushing. I need to rebuild my fucking car. Because it's like trackside fix after trackside fix. But no, a lot of life changes coming up, but like I'm trying to like stay as motivated as I've been, because my worst fear is like losing passion for the shit you're most into. And I found a way somehow to not, and in fact increase it. And I want to keep on that trajectory. And I feel like all the homies like on the team especially have been really like good about motivating each other. And I want to keep on that path, because this shit is like getting crazy and it's all organic and nothing's forced. And like, that's what I want in my life. Just shit to be organic and not forced, and like go with the flow and be more open-minded to shit, because it's been going well and I like it.
How do you feel you've been able to stay motivated through difficult times? Like, I know you're going through some shit. We don't necessarily have to get into all of it, but like, how do you stay motivated through those times? Like, is drifting your escape? Is it just something that you have to force yourself to do to like deal with stuff? Like,
well, I think like once I got to the point where it felt like I had to force myself to do stuff in drifting, that's when I was like, okay, I need to reevaluate what's going on in my life, because it's never been like that. And I'm scared of like losing that with drifting. So I'm like, that was the first time in like 13 years that I felt that. So I was like, okay, what's going on? Sometimes it's okay to take a step back for a couple months or figure shit out, you know? So I did that. I forced myself to go to like Super D New Year's, had a great time, always do. Always seem to find a way to progress somehow. And then you just, every time you go to an event again and again, you realize, like, I always like look for the positive and shit. Everyone's so negative, even at car meets. You go to a car meet and like you were saying earlier, I go to like Bob's and I was like, I find a way to look at cars and find the positive even in like a shitty car that might be corny. You know what I mean? There's like a fucking...
Yeah, I'm not so good at that.
It's hard. I mean, like, I just got sick of being around toxic people that like talk shit about everything, which I talk shit too, but like, I'll go.
We all do.
We all do, man.
Everyone
I'm
goes
not
through a
saying
little
I'm a
bit.
fucking angel. I'm just
But
saying
there's like levels.
there's levels, and I'll go to a car meet and purposely pick out something that I enjoyed on a car, even if it's like the worst. You know what I mean? Or sometimes you just walk away. Like, that's okay too. There's not always something positive. But my point is I'm trying to be more positive because there's enough negativity around. That sounds corny as all fuck, but it's helped me have different perspective on life to where you just focus on the positive. The glass is half full, not empty, all that corny shit, because there's enough negativity going around. And like your mindset has a lot to do with it. You have a lot more control over what's going on than you think. You know what I mean? So like, and so deeper, but like in drifting, it's like I'm keeping my eye on the prize, because every single time I go to an event with you guys, I progress and have fun and have the time of my life and have amazing stories. And like, so that's what makes me realize I do enjoy working on cars, because the end goal is like drifting more and drifting better. And that always happens if you like put in the work. You get in and out of it what you put in.
Yeah.
And like, it's never failed me. You know what I mean? So I've been able to like, to answer the question, I guess, better is like, well, fuck, I'm sidetracked, but like, it's just like, it's a lot, but it's just
good.
like, it's,
Go off, King.
I don't know. It's like, once I started like losing motivation a little bit, I was like, you reevaluate like why you're doing it. You reevaluate like what's going on in your life to make you lose that motivation. And then when you go to those events and you have a good time, you're like, oh yeah, why would I lose motivation? Every single time I go, I have a great time and I progress, and that there's an addiction level to it as far as like getting better and progression. And I don't know, man. It's just, for some reason it's easy for me to keep the passion for it, and it's getting like stronger. I think it has a lot to do with you guys and like driving with you guys and pushing each other. I feel like solo I'd still be pretty motivated, but maybe not as much being around people that also rip. Like I like to surround myself with people that are really good, and it pushes you. If you're around people that you're better than all the time, you might not feel that motivation. You might feel like
Big
you're the
fish,
shit.
small pond.
Yeah, you might feel like you're the shit. You might feel like no one can tell me shit, or you're the fucking king of the castle or something. I don't know. Like I feel like,
Castle.
yeah, la 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 la. You might, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're constantly one-upping each other, and it's fucking crazy. I don't know. And I never feel like I'm good, so I constantly stay hungry. There's always someone out there better than you. It's all the shit everybody's already heard on your podcast, but it's how I think. We all think kind of the same on the team. Stay fucking hungry.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about that.
That was sick.
Yeah. Thoughts, words.
You didn't really answer my question, but
I know, I don't think I did.
Sick rant.
What? How you stay motivated? What was your question again?
How do you stay motivated through hard times?
Oh, through hard times.
Is it your motivation, or how do you stay motivated?
I mean, in a way, I think drifting's also a distraction, right? You get these crazy dopamine hits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To an extreme level that might not be healthy.
Yeah.
You know?
Because the next day you're just like,
oh God.
I literally can't do anything.
And I feel like I got hit by a fucking Mack truck.
Like
My body.
I was so high yesterday, and now I like can't get myself to do anything important.
Well, I think I kind of did answer it in a way, because like I was saying, like I thought I didn't like working on cars and I just like driving them, but at the same time, that's how I stay motivated with working on cars. That's how I stay motivated in working on cars. I'm bad at like really making my point, but that's how I stay motivated. Is I know the end goal. Just like in skateboarding, it was always like, oh, I don't want to smoke or drink a ton because I won't get tricks. Like I won't be able to land shit because I'm gonna be tired or fucking fatigued. So like the same way I try to stay healthy for drifting, or I've been losing weight and trying to be healthier, because as we're getting older, it's like harder and harder to like drift and not feel like you got hit by a fucking Mack truck, and I won't be able to drift any longer. And I got 2 fucking cocksucking like sprained wrists, and I'm trying. You know
How'd
what I
you
mean?
get those? Were you skiing recently?
Yeah, I was fucking smoking pole, just fucking down some slopes. No, but that's
smoking poles.
I didn't know you like skiing. No, but you know what I mean. Like, it's anyways.
That's
That's
the
what I
real
mean.
distraction from hard times.
That's what I mean by staying motivated is like, what the end goal is, which is to get better at drifting, to get better at this car shit we're doing. And I look at it the same way with painting. I like challenge myself every time I paint a car to get better and better. Everything I look at is like a challenge. The OCD, all of it. That's how I stay motivated. This is like a challenge of myself. Like, can I do it? You know? You're challenging yourself in a way to see if you can actually do it. And that's how I stay motivated. I'm challenging myself constantly mentally in everything that I do to get better no matter what, and never think I'm the shit, because you won't stay hungry.
Yeah.
But that can also get toxic, as you know.
Yeah.
That can get really toxic too.
Yeah,
so you got to give yourself some credit a little bit and be good to yourself. I'm also learning that too.
That's hard also.
It's really hard, but it's hard. I'm hard.
So fucking hard.
Anyways.
The hardest thing ever.
Yeah. Rock hard.
The hardest
cast. Oh, your shit went up in flames and you fucking like went off track and then popped up and like went on my door. That was the hardest cast.
Yeah, it's been a wild.
It's pretty hard.
It's been a wild time.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man.
I'm just sad I didn't get to do rodeo donuts at the dumpster pit.
Yeah, I want to do tandem rodeo donuts with you next. That's actually my future goals. That's the only thing that I have planned. Is to do rodeo donuts with Palm Dizzle.
Tandem rodeo donuts.
Yeah. It's my life goal.
Sick.
Yeah. Say nothing. I'll do them right here with you.
In the back.
Imagine. Right by the pool.
Oh my god. Someone's car is going in the pool for sure.
Imagine like we can do burnouts. That'd be cool. I wanted to. I was like, nah, it's disrespectful, and it's not our house. It's also not even Laura's house. So it's like, yeah, that'd be sick though. One day. We're just gonna.
Someday we'll own our own shit.
Yeah, we should just buy some crazy fucking.
Buy some land.
Buy some crazy land with a pool and like a drift track. Like make tent. Pump tent.
Dude, just full blown top tier tent for the tubers.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I appreciate you having me on. We wanted to make sure to do this while everything was still fresh because there's some crazy fucking shit going on. And the week's not over. You never know what we'll get into, but
yeah,
you never fucking know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just, we're peacocks. You gotta let us fly.
What did peacock sound like?
Ah. Japan crows.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever talked about Japan crows on here.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Huh.
Maybe not. Maybe let's give them a recap.
Well, for those who don't know, speaking of crows, that's a fucking crow in the background.
There's a crow going on right now, and crows here are like, get, right? Caw.
Yeah.
Right? But what did Japan crows sound like, Aaron?
Like a full-grown human being, male specifically, going, ah. And like when there's like I was on the phone with Shakib one time, and he was going through a drive-through, and like there was like a flock of them, or whatever you call them, like a murder of Japan crows.
Yeah.
And imagine like 5 dudes going, ah. And that's what it sounded. It's the weirdest fucking thing I've ever heard. I don't even fucking get it.
Last time
insane.
Last time you and me were there. That was the last time we were in Japan.
That was the only time I've been. I really want to go back.
Last time I went.
Only gone once.
First time Aaron went, we were literally like, anytime we would hear crows, we would just die laughing, because they literally just sound like, ah.
It sounds like a dude. So every time I'd fucking laugh. I'm like, what's wrong with that guy?
And if you listen to this whole podcast, be sure to send your best voice memo to Aaron.
Ah.
Or me, I don't care.
Yeah, he'll show it to me.
Or post them on your story.
He'll show it to me at some point.
Do your best Japan crow.
Yeah. Anyways.
Well, it's been fun.
I'm gonna go pee again.
Yep. All right. Bye, everybody.
Shout out to the people. Shout out moms.
On gang. So dumb.
Fuck yeah.
So fucking dumb.
That was fun. Good shit, man.